And we're live. Cool. All right. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Session 11, I think. Yeah, session 11 of Arc 2 of our Wild Hunt game. It's been like a month, I think. Feels like a month.
It might be a month.
It might have been a month.
No, it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
I'm
Almost
guessing.
a month. Yeah. How do you introduce a show again? I've forgotten.
My
name's
does
Will.
your personal.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Sir Aaron, my friends.
To remember what we did last time, I
Yes.
pass you to my valuable players who are going to pass you straight back because what happened last time was super cinematic and cinematicness is the GM's job.
I mean, I know what happened last session.
Yeah, but like, if we're going to force someone to be cinematic...
Ollie. Okay, so Ollie, this is a role-playing game, so I want you to role-play as the GM, me, doing exactly that.
Anyway, I'll explain it because the podcast
Yeah,
is taking
I was
long.
trying too hard to think of a way to insult Will at the same time.
So, last session, we had a discussion with Tain as he stood in front of Masada. We had a discussion with Tain. What was that? I'm trying to remember the timeline now. I've forgotten.
You guys were talking to the tree, and then Tain was there, and then everyone ran away, and then you talked to Tain again, and then you all ran back, and the tree was gone.
Yeah, and then we chased Masada into a cave, and we managed to find him in the cave. I took like a cool side path and like cut him off as he ran away and failed to kill Arkin.
Yeah.
I done like a cool maneuver and like pinned him to the ground. He then, after talking with him, he then mind controlled Arkin. And Arkin started arguing with me, which then gave him enough time to make everything all slippery and shit.
And just before he did that, like Eel had her spear pointed at his throat, and was about to kill him, but chose not to because she still wanted more answers off him.
Yeah.
She could have prevented all of this from happening. She hesitated.
Basically, I ended up putting my spear to Kamid's throat, and he went, "You should have gone for the head, douche."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I don't feel so good.
Yeah. And so we tried to do some cool, like, water step. Eel tried to, like, do some cool water steps maneuver by, like, controlling all this water, and then, like, me freezing it behind. Didn't go so well.
And then Eel, like,
got away.
poured out even more water to try and stunt her way back into not having failed, and spent, I think, 6 fate on the roll, and failed still.
And failed by like 2.
and that was kind of where we left it. So we're underground. There is very little friction on every surface, but there is still gravity, I think.
Yeah. It's essentially we are freeze framed with Kamid standing like in a dramatic pose, arm outstretched, as we plunge slowly into watery darkness.
Yeah, and then like on every surface around us, there is a huge amount of water. It's just like, I guess, cascading away from everywhere and really, really quickly because, like, I mean, you know, no friction plus water can only mean madness.
Yeah. So in the 3 weeks since our last session, we've had a bit of discussion about sort of where that left off, about in regards to how realistic of a chance do you actually have now, given that there's no friction, there's water everywhere, and like everyone's just sliding around these catacombs whilst your target escapes, which given that the previous test, the essence test that we had right at the end of last session was it was basically a test to counter the Luna's original essence test, to give you another chance to sort of catch up to him. So I feel like that should ride, in the sense that the Luna has at the very least escaped the catacombs and is up in the forest trenches and is basically about to make a great escape again. And that probably, I think it makes the most amount of sense, really, if we say that, like, in the time that it takes you to sort of reorient yourselves, get away from the zone of frictionlessness, and find your way back up to the surface, regroup and consolidate or whatever, that you probably have a very slim final chance to get this guy. And we talked about maybe doing it as another range and cover, but seems like the discussion that we had just before we start the session, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're thinking of just doing it as one roll now.
Yeah.
Scott, if you had something specific you wanted to add to that conversation, go ahead. 'Cause-
Not really. I just wanted to do some cool essence shit.
Yeah.
Well, you helped Eel with her cool essence shit, so you're tied to that failure.
Yeah, I'm tied to the fact I can't do any more cool essence stuff.
Really, given that like Arkan is the only one, like it should probably be Arkan who is in the best position to do something now. Which could just be like trying to shoot Masasa as he flies away or whatever he's doing. Or you could try some essence shit of your own.
Yeah.
So before we cut back into that scene properly, how about we talk about beliefs?
Let's do it.
So do you want to go first, Arkan?
Yes. I am kind of sat here running for beliefs because, like, until I failed this role, I feel like it's valid to say that I feel like we could have kept the scene from last session rolling until that was really failed, but we didn't quite, and so it's valid to keep it until I have failed, and then I'll swap it.
The one about
hunting the Luna.
Hunting the Luna, yeah.
So, I mean, I'll swap to whatever to what I'm going to replace it with when I inevitably fail. So my first belief is, may everything I do exalt my name and Alart's. My second belief, the people here have been left godless. They should ask for the protection of a strong god who will protect them well. I will convince them to rededicate their temple to Alart. And belief 3, Viper should not hold this hatred in her heart for an old comrade. I'll speak to her and make her recognize that her feelings of betrayal should not be expressed so violently.
Cool. Viper, Scott.
So I belief 1, the realm stands above all else. Belief 2, Arkan lied to us. He went behind the hunt's back to speak with Panther. Though I can deal with his silly antics of humanizing these anathema, I will not stand for him going behind the team's back. Belief 3, the trial for Panther is on its way. I shall convince the people of his crimes and challenge him to honorable combat.
Cool. And Rob, are you done, ready with your beliefs now? Yep.
I am ready.
Right.
So, belief number 1, I grow tired of leaving a trail of unsolved unresolved issues behind me. Either Panther or Kamid will answer for their tainted natures, and the hunt's justice will be swift. Belief 2. Arkan saw the conflict inherent in the existence of the anathema, and Viper chastised him for it. I will ensure that the two of them do not drive a wedge between one another and affect our cohesion at a critical juncture. And my belief 3 is my fate farm, which is the hunt's greatest weapons are swiftness and subterfuge. It would serve us all well to remember that.
Nice. Alrighty then. Would you like to repeat what you said a moment ago, Ollie, about like how we're setting up this next scene now?
Yeah, so I think I feel like you're inviting me to narrate us getting washed out into the darkness, which I'm happy to do, but
well, yeah, I think like given the fictional positioning at the moment, it's kind of unreasonable to give you another chance to do a thing right now.
Yeah.
Like in the catacombs. But I am willing to give you like another chance in a different physical location, you know.
So we see Eel leaping up steps of water towards Masata, spinning her spear around her head, and she doesn't move fast enough and far enough. And then she fills the tunnels with great jets of water to push herself closer, and the water freezes and pushes off itself, and still Masata is able to just step away,
just out of arm's reach,
walking on the ground, and I think probably like jumping off the walls to escape from you, using the footholds that he can find, right, that you can't find. And I think Viper and Arkan and probably Tane as well lose track of things. I think we get washed away first and end up pushed down tunnels, round corners. I think the next 5 minutes or so are unclear. From Arkan's perspective, he's on his own. He remembers the way he went to get down here, and I think there's still some of the plant life that he grew up left behind that he can follow backwards. He's running through the tunnels.
Yeah.
It's almost completely dark. But somehow he manages it and gets outside. I expect it's because the Luna didn't have time to give themselves night vision. But yeah, he walks out, stumbles out into the moonlight, and is already stringing his bow. And out of one of the tunnels, he sees this Luna emerge, and their form shrinks and changes. And I think he kneels down and bends his bow as far as it can go. He forces his breath out and tries to take one last shot at this enemy.
All right. So yeah, I think you see the form that this man, whom up until now you've known primarily as Masata, he begins to take the form of a desert bird, one that you've probably seen them around before. They're probably not native to this part of Harborhead, but they're like an old world bird of prey, like a vulture or something. And yeah, you begin to draw your bow back, and probably you can hear Eel and Viper making their way up behind you, trying to get to where you are. So we'll say that I think we have to basically, well, yeah. I mean, let's figure out the intent here. Do we want to basically just shoot Masata down and then resolve this, or is it not about that, but rather like weakening him for a future encounter or something?
Yeah,
Or do we want to just do this as a normal weapon attack?
I feel like one of the ways we could do it is we do it as a normal weapon attack, and we say based on the result we know how successful we've been, because like I would desperately like to be as successful as possible, despite the fact that Rob, and I agree with Rob thinks it's interesting if he does escape.
Yeah.
I think Arkan still wants to kill him, and I think I am not doing like if you're not saying as the GM, here's the intents that are valid, then I'll push for the intent that is bigger. I think it's fair for you to say, no, we're deciding whether he's injured. We're deciding what the continued condition of Masata is, right? Whether he has
okay. So I guess like
where
it
he
comes
has time to flee
to like there's basically two main ways that damage works in Burning Wheel, as far as I can tell. You either use your weapon skill and you have an explicit kill intent.
Yeah.
And you just set an not arbitrary but there is an obstacle, and if you do that, then they're dead. The end.
Yeah.
Or equally, I think you could say like you could have an injure intent, like you want to do a specific type of damage. I think that's fair when it's fair to do that when we only bring it down to a single roll.
Yeah.
But equally, you could just do it as a normal weapon attack, and then you leave it down to the dice rolls and the die of fate result, especially since it's a ranged weapon.
Do people think it would be more interesting to do it as a normal weapon attack?
I think so, because then that just leaves us with a situation of how big is the wound if you succeed.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Does it kill him? Does it, I don't know, rip some ligaments? Who knows? We'll see. That's what the roll's for.
So, you guys are basically in complete darkness. I'll say he's at optimal range, but between having higher stride and smaller target, the darkness and the tree cover.
I feel like you described this area as being open, like it's covered in these.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so base ob 2 +3 for darkness.
Yep.
And also +1 for small target and all the other stuff that I mentioned.
Okay, so that's
So-
obstacle 6.
Ob 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get the weapon range dice for being at optimal range?
That's only for maneuvers.
Ah, sorry.
That
sorry.
doesn't
I'm
actually.
reading. I'm not
yeah.
reading the right part of the book.
Yeah,
Just-
that bonus dice adds to your maneuver roll, not to
Yeah.
actual attack rolls.
I can't actually remember where the shooting bows.
Um,
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 6. I have a 6 in bow, and I would like to. Oh, is there anything I can even fork? Not really.
do you have like forest wise?
No, I don't really have a. I think
Shooting at lunar
I
wise.
could ask for stealthy, but like, in that he won't be trying to dodge it at all. He's just trying to get off the ground and into the air and away. He's not trying to.
I think he knows that you're chasing him though.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any forks that I can pick in. Let's spend 3 persona on this, putting
Okay.
me down to 2 persona.
All right.
So this is bow. Modifiers 0, Arthur 3, base obstacle 6. I mean, really, it's 2 + 5, but like,
2 + 5.
sorry, 2 + 4, because base obstacle is 2. It doesn't matter.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh,
It's not beginner's luck. So.
Oh, there's one traitor though.
Oh.
There's one. You can reroll that.
Oh, it's not open ended.
Oh well,
So you
right.
have to open end it first.
Yeah. So. I think I'm just checking out my circles here. I think the way I fire the arrow is like completely insane. Like I'm not shooting flat at all. I'm shooting at a massive arc to catch him where he's built up some speed and is above the trees, so that the arrow will drop down on top of him. And I'm trusting in my I'm trusting in the feel of the bow and the like the glimpse that I can catch of him, and really like just letting my own instincts completely take over. Like I don't think about this at all. And if I'd been asked to try and make the same shot in the day, I'd never have done it this way. But yeah, he's pointing the bow nearly like up towards the moon and the stars. It's
Like a real long volley.
yeah. I think as soon as he fires his first arrow, he knocks a second and fires it. And as soon as he fired that, he fires a third. And I think he empties his quiver, like pointing higher and higher every time. And I'm gonna dump. How many failures do I have?
You have
4.
4 failures.
So I dump 5 fate
5
into this.
fate, yeah. So only one of them goes into the skill, but yeah. And you can mark that difficult test.
Yep. And this is roll open 4.
They won't be open ended, but
They won't be opened ended. Okay.
Yeah, just normal. Wow. All right, you got the success you needed. So let's see how much damage you're gonna do.
Pew, 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 pew.
So default location is the chest on a
Hmm.
bow, or with any ranged weapon.
Yeah.
And then you roll a die of fate. So on hunting bow, it's you can either do a B4, a B7, or a B10. It looks like.
Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, okay, that's not good.
A B4.
Okay.
All right. Where did
I mean, still a B4.
I'm trying to look up what these do again. Give me 1 second, because I will look up what they do, and then we'll get. Yeah, so he also takes a additional mark result
Oh,
if the barbed arrow is improperly removed. So the arrow sticks in him
Oh,
because
okay.
it's barbed. Because I'm a barbarian and I have horrific weapons that are designed to cause as much pain as possible.
Interesting. Okay, so it may
War
do,
crimes.
so it may do a B4 now, but it could do a B7 on removal. Is that what you're saying?
If he does, it's OB4 field dressing or OB3 surgery test to remove it properly.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. He has moon silver tattoos.
Okay.
So he does get an armor roll against this.
I think
so your VA is 1, right?
VA is 1, yeah.
So the OB is 2. Okay, so hits, deals a superficial wound. Not enough to bring him down. However, I'll also mark a B7 for future reference. Which is a MIDI wound.
Sweet! I knew that it was worth one resource point.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is the result, the sort of compromise result that we mentioned before. Then, like, he gets away, but I'll make a note that he's injured,
Yeah.
and I'll give him some kind of injury trait next time we see him.
Yeah. I don't suppose it would be possible to like. I guess this would be way too difficult. Like follow the trail of like blood. But
Yeah, I think so. He's
very-
turned into like an Egyptian vulture or something
Yeah.
like that, and is flying high above the canopy at this
So
point.
it's going to just spatter on the rooftop.
Yeah,
treetops,
yeah. I think the last thing you see, you see that you've hit, and like, I kind of want to bring us back into reality, like Eel is like calling your name or something, and you're looking at the bird, and you're like not concentrating at all on anything that anybody else is saying. You're like watching this glint as it catches the moonlight and it like hits the bird, and you see that you've hit, and for a moment you're like, you elate in joy, but then you see the bird like bobs a bit, but keeps flying and keeps its momentum, and then disappears over the top of the canopy, and then sort of like you're brought back to Eel by your side, but you know that you've hit it at least.
Where did he go?
North, I think.
Damn.
What was that? What was any of that?
There will be time for that later. Where are the others?
Where's Tane?
And I guess we look for them.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, feel free to.
I think Viper would have like tried to keep an eye on Tane, or like follow him as she was escaping. Kind of like, we went through a deal to catch you, and I'm not letting you fucking go right now, you motherfucker. We're in this together.
All right. I'm glad you said that, because had you not, I would have just said that Tane has vanished. But
I think that motherfucker's getting away.
yeah, Tane is just gonna try and escape in all of the confusion.
Not for me.
See, this is interesting. Had you not said that, this would be the perfect time when an instinct would come in. But instincts are almost completely useless when you do just think of the thing in the first place anyway. All right. So Tane's gonna try and run away, or sneak away. So I guess we'll just throw this into a stealthy versus observation, or something like that.
Sure.
And
Depending on my things.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll say, like, if you fail this, then Tane is also gone for the rest of this arc as well.
I want him to leave. So is it my observation versus his stealthy?
Yeah, and he's the defender in this situation, so you'll have to get one above his successes.
Wait, oh no, I want to check it out. No, I can't. Damn it.
He's gonna fork inconspicuous.
Isn't it because I mean, I don't know if inconspicuous.
I mean, he's like stepping away from all of this. You know, he's trying to like he's basically not said anything to any of you since you all got split up, and he's not like you know, he's trying to use the commotion of Masato escaping as a way for him to escape as well. So I think it's reasonable for him to fork inconspicuous.
Sorry, I was. Well, did you update? Did you change the Dragon Blooded stuff?
What do you mean?
Because I went onto the Dragon Blooded commentaries, because I usually forget what circles air aspects get, and it's different.
Are you looking at the Google
it should be on.
No,
yeah,
I'm
so
looking at the wiki.
I updated the wiki a while back because I just had time. But yeah, it should still be on your main character page in Roll20. Unless you didn't copy it over to buy.
No, I didn't, because I copied everything else over, but I forgot I copied that over. But
isn't it in your traits?
No, because I have the diluted, marker privilege, anima storm, airbending.
You didn't put it
Yeah,
down.
I forgot to mark it down, but I'll do that later. But I didn't know you changed it.
All right.
Crazy.
What do you want to do? What's your?
No, I was just checking if there was something because like I was wondering if I could use like my. No, never mind. That's fine. I can't.
I think observation is Earth aspect normally.
Well, because you've changed it.
Yeah. In the original.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. This is, yeah, But anyway,
Forget
let's
about that for now.
yeah, let's talk about it later.
Yeah.
The later thing. Yeah.
But yeah, in the original setup, it was observation. That was for, or awareness was for Earth aspects.
Yeah, but because because for some reason, I mean, it's fine. Because I was going to do something with like, because it says like here sound. I was like, maybe there's something I can do with like
I mean,
sound. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's like air like you can just like feel the vibrations in the air, right? Like
yeah, like I was gonna try and use my essence to like yeah, like that. This fucking yeah.
I'm
No,
not
it's
sure
just
what
gonna,
you're
like,
saying. Okay, you want to like open end your.
yeah, I want to open up my observation. My like once I see him, like I guess, like I kind of yeah, like in order to not lose him, I think Viper like takes like a deep breath and sort of closes her eyes for a second and cuts out sort of all information apart from like feeling the wind, feeling like the very tiny like movements, like the very tiny movements carried on the wind and the sounds, and she's paying very close attention to his footsteps or the sound of footsteps or even the very simple movement of someone running. And she's targeting that in the direction of where she'd kind of seen him try to like walk off. She's keeping, yeah, like she's closed her eyes and she's hearing out into the wind and hearing all the tiny sounds and little like heartbeat and stuff, all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a name for it
All right. What do you call it?
because I'm taking directly from one of the books, but it's called Horizon Spanning Echoes.
All right. Cool.
And so I need to make an essence test. I didn't get to make any of
You
these.
wanting to open end or get bonus dice?
Open and oh,
bonus dice will give you a test. Open ending will give you a better result on your roll
yeah.
because you can't get. Like, it won't be a difficult test if it's not giving yourself a bonus dice at least. But that'll be 4 versus 5, so pretty hard.
Yeah, because well, I've got observation 5, so
No, I mean
No, so it's ob 4 to get bonus dice.
yeah, opportunity.
okay, then I
Ob
want to open
2
end. I
for
want to open end.
open ending.
Yeah, so you
But
probably will.
the thing about the ob 4 one, which I think people always forget, is marginal success gives you more bonus dice.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we would forget because, like, you know,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
really use the system so much.
I want to open end.
Yeah. So if you got like 7 successes or something, then you get 3 bonus dice, which is
That'd be
pretty
amazing.
fucking
7
crazy.
successes
pretty
on
good.
5 dice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It
Yeah.
can happen. Jen got 12 successes on 5 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Test. It can happen.
so it's 5 dice versus is up 2, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Up 2. Then I'm not going to use any fate or whatever or persona because I'm pretty sure I can make an up 2 test. Gonna jinx it. Nope. Oh, if I only went for the bonus dice, but look at that roll though.
It's very nice.
It's a pretty good roll.
Yep,
Yeah.
you rolled some dice there.
I rolled some good dice.
That is indeed a roll.
That is 5 successes.
Like I can, by looking at that, assess that some dice were rolled, and many of them had numbers after they were rolled.
All right. Are you?
So observation versus stealth, right?
Well, hang on. The tax or anima, right? You're not. Are you already flaring anima? I think you might be. Right?
No. I think I was going to, but then I decided not
No,
to.
hang on. You. It will be tied into whatever Eel chose to do.
Yeah, I think Eel chose Anima Flare because
Yeah.
she's already pretty.
Yeah, because I'm already taxed from.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know
so
that was also.
Yeah, you have to as well. You are
Yeah.
also flaring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
my
already-
anima's already flaring.
So do you want to flare even more or tax?
I could flare even more?
Well,
Yep.
you keep flaring, and it means that like I up the ante, I suppose.
I mean, I don't think much else can be fucked in this kind of place. So, I mean, how much tax would I be getting?
Well, you'd either do an ob2 tax test or fort test, or I'd say if you continue to flare anima,
Are we?
then
This is a different scene, right?
this is still the same. I mean, this is happening at the same time as
Simultaneous.
Arkan shooting.
Yeah, but
He means for the purpose of his wound.
yeah, for the purpose of my wind.
It is. It's a different session.
Yeah, this is a different session, so I think.
So it was in what wind was it? Was that a light? It was a -1 dice.
Yeah, it's -1 for 13 days, so
it was a light.
It should be a light. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 12 days at this point. But
Yeah. Because 12 days till I get rid of the fucking -1 penalty for everything.
It's like midnight now, so yeah.
Listen, just do some more things and we get.
So what is it? Is a fate to grit your teeth with the scene, or is that a persona?
Well, we're already halfway through this essence test, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to let you do it right now, but because it takes an action to do it.
Okay, because I think I might just try for the ob2 fort test.
Yeah, so you'd have 4 dice to do that.
Yeah, that's four. That's 4 against 2. Which
I'd
is
say like if you choose to flare your anima more, then you're gonna like be whipping up a storm in the local area. I think like it's gonna get windy.
yeah, I can't. I mean, would it be baller for me to kick? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, what do I want? Do I want to be really fucking cool, or do I just want to make like an ob2 test? I think I want to be really fucking cool. I'm going to flare my anima even more.
Okay.
Because that's baller, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that should make it harder, given what you're.
Oh, you didn't say it would make it harder.
Well, now that I'm thinking about that, because you were like, you're listening to the wind, right? And so if you're like causing your own distraction with your whirlwind.
I mean, like, if I'm going to make it harder for myself by increasing my essence, then I think I'll just take.
It's his whirlwind. He should know what it.
Yeah.
I suppose. But I mean, like, given the
like,
setup
because if I knew it was going to be harder, I wouldn't have taken doing my anima even more.
I don't feel like using the anima flare to make the test that you're currently making harder makes sense. I feel like that's odd. It is meant to be a thing that is a consequence, right, rather than a factor.
No, I'm just gonna take the ob2 fort test then.
I don't know.
I'll just take the ob2 fort test then, because I didn't know it was going to make it harder for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's anima flare is still something that I'm still on the ball about. So
I'll just take an
ob2 to make
fort
it
test.
sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
It's just let it be cool, really cool. Just let things be cool, Will.
Never.
So up to fort test. I don't think I should spend a persona on this. Nah. I'll be fine. I'm not fine.
Okay, so you take 2 attacks.
How can I reroll the traitors on that, or is that like a not thing I can reroll?
You'd have to stunt, so you'd have to open end it first and then reroll. But I mean, we're already like.
Look, I can't lose any more dice.
It's just tax, so it means your fort is down
better.
to 2 now.
Right. You just tie it.
Well, when
mean,
is the trial again? It's not for another like day or two, right?
something like that, yeah.
Because I can't get a fight like this. So
Scott, it's a trial, right?
yeah, but my belief says I'm gonna fight him.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, but I want to fight him. Anyway, observation
Okay, alright.
test. Ollie trying to make me not fight a guy. How dare you?
All right. Okay, so let's make the stealthy versus observation.
Yeah, we've
Right.
spent like 10 minutes on this.
Scott, I blame you for this.
So he takes
Don't blame me. Blame the fact that Will give me a difficult choice.
it's meant to be a difficult choice. That's the whole point of this system.
But it's not too much of a difficult choice.
All right. Anyway, I think Tane's gonna spend a persona on this,
Of course he would.
and yeah. Let's see. All right. So ob 4.
Really good. Fuck.
And you'll need 5 successes to actually catch him.
Yeah.
But the ob is 4.
I don't have anything to fork. Sadly.
Unless you have a call on for observation.
Nope. I have a call on for climbing and speed related tests.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Call on
so
can also be used as a tiebreaker, but yeah.
yeah, but not for this kind of test.
Nope.
But I'm gonna spend a persona.
Okay.
No, Tane, you forced my hand. Making me use persona. Right, so it's base up. Well, I need to beat 5.
It's but put the ob is 4.
The ob is 4, right?
Yeah. It's a bit weird.
Oh,
All right.
so
Bang.
He has 2 senses.
yeah,
Oh, that's nonsense.
This is still a versus test.
he
So
really wants to run away.
yeah, I'm gonna spend that fate.
I don't even have any traitors.
Do you not?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Mean.
Don't.
Oh,
Yes!
Okay.
Yes! Just fuck
All right.
you,
So
Tane.
mark that difficult test.
Observation 5.
Yeah. I'm observant as fuck.
That's what you get from being a scout.
Yeah, that's what you get from being a scout. Like I see everything
You go down the shops, you're like, I'm looking
for the best
for
deals.
anathema.
No, I go down to the shop and I'm looking for the best deals.
Okay.
All right. So what does this look like? I guess like he's like scooted away far enough from all the shit that was going down in the catacombs, and he like thinks he's gotten away. Like that he's away from all of you. You're too busy with Masata. And he's up against the like cliff face where the old quarrying was happening, and sighs slightly, sees the like hears the twanging of Arkan's bow in the distance. It takes one kind of forlorn look at the heap of trees with the fruit growing on them, and then is like turns to leave the area and like turns straight into
Turns into me like
straight
swords.
into Viper.
Yeah, straight to Viper, who's got like her swords that like they're not sheathed, but like she's kind of just holding them at her sides, and she's like, "Well, making a grand escape, are we?"
Viper. Well, it looked like you all had your hands full.
We did, but I couldn't let you run freely. Still a lot of questions hanging around there regarding you.
I'm sure. My time is short, though.
How so?
Well, with the Masata thing, and he like gestures towards you and then towards the tree, like the dying, or the
Pit in the ground.
the mound with the trees on. Just sort of gestures and says, "This seems a bit beyond me now. You know, time for me to move on."
Move on to where?
That is my concern.
Well, I'm interested in who you are, Teen. I doubt that you're.
I've told you, Viper, I am a nomad. I'm a traveler, just like you.
Well, see, that's the thing. When most people say that, there's a little bit more to it than just a nomad. No one really takes off to go adventuring for no reason, do they?
I didn't say there was no reason.
Well, I'm sure you've
You
got
know my
time.
reason. I'm a pilgrimage, or I'm a pilgrim, and this pilgrimage has clearly failed. It's time for me to find something else to strive towards.
Failed in what aspect? Were you not? Was your goal not to get rid of the sick god? Well, he's not a god at all.
My goal was not to get rid of the sick god per se. My goal was to come and see what was happening.
And you failed in seeing what was happening?
Well, I suppose from that perspective, it's a success, but... Well, I don't know how much pilgrimaging you've done in your life, Viper, but generally the places you visit don't leave before you do.
Well, I mean, it depends if you're going on a pilgrimage to get some food.
He just cocks an eyebrow at you.
Sorry. But anyway, well, I thought you would at least say goodbye, Tain. You seemed not much like the type to run off in the middle of the night. Or goodbyes,
he
not
like
your thing.
shrugs and says, "You found me. You found me in the middle of a forest only a few hours ago at sunset. You don't seem like a very good judge of character, Viper."
Fucking wrecked.
Huh? Maybe not.
I'm entitled to my privacy, am I not?
You are, but there are some people in this world who just like to be a bit nosy.
Like yourself.
Yes. Because I think there's more to you. There's a lot more to you than just, well, a man named Tain. And that information intrigues me. But you're very cagey about it, so.
Well, I'm sorry, but your curiosity will have to go unsated.
For now.
And he just looks at you, like, with a sort of, well, what now sort of expression on his face.
Scott, why did you
What?
find this guy? Are you going to bully him? Are you going to intimidate him? Like, do...
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of chased him in case he tried to turn into a bird or something.
Then you should have said that. You should have
Also
said,
because I like...
I wanna find him just as he's turning into a bird.
No, because I don't know if he can turn into a bird.
Well, you ask the question, and Will says, okay, we'll do the roll. And then you pass the roll, and he's like, I can tell you for sure that he's not a Luna, right? That's what the conversation would have been.
Well, sorry,
I
don't
want to
think
push
of
you as
those
a player.
things.
Like, are you? are you really okay leaving it here, or do you want to push? Because you definitely have the space to push him on like any grounds. Like Viper doesn't have to be like, well, I respect that we don't have jurisdiction over you. She could just confiscate all his weapons and be like, I'm arresting you on suspicion of being really fucking suspicious.
I don't know if she's that kind of police.
He's really suspicious.
He is really fucking suspicious.
He should, like, you definitely have grounds to say, yeah, you're not going anywhere. We aren't done with you yet. And we don't know what we're going to do with you, but it's not let you go off without any. Like, you definitely could do that if you wanted.
I think that is like Viper wants to know more, but like,
Well, let's get him in an enhanced interrogation setting and then ask him more. Right? I don't know. You don't like. I'm just saying there is no reason that you have to be polite to him.
I like to think Viper's generally polite to most people.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that for a second.
Viper is generally polite to most people.
You threatened to kill a man because he wouldn't show you where your house is.
Yeah. Okay, see, that was a different scenario.
Do you not suspect this man of being almost like? Are you? So where on the this person is definitely anathema scale is Tate at the moment? Because if
it's like a 1 to 10 scale,
right, so 1 to 10, right?
Right. So it's 1 to 10. So 10 is definitely one.
10 is Masata and Panther.
Honestly, like a 7.
I think that's a resting time.
Okay, fine then. Right. But yes, I think Viper is nice to most people, but an anathema was involved in the time she threatened to kill someone, so it's different. But, you know, Tane, I don't think I can just let you walk off. I want to see his reaction first. I want to know. I want to see. I want to know what he says.
He says, your friends seem awfully far away.
Do they know? They are awfully
I'm not sure that you want to push this, Viper.
Oh, he's threatening me. I'm so excited.
Not here. Not now. Not alone.
I intend... You know, I'll take that as a threat. I don't think it's very wise of you to threaten me. I don't know if you feel as if you've... I don't know if you're... I don't know how capable you think I am.
I know that you're capable. You're in the Wyld Hunt. You wouldn't be capable if you weren't.
Then what is your point of threatening me? Do you think that you, Tane, can indeed beat me in a fight?
Viper, there are things in this world that not even the gods understand.
Such as?
And you are pushing against a boundary that I don't think is very wise to push against.
Do you believe I fear such a boundary? Do you think I care that there is one? There's one that not even the gods truly understand? No, I don't. The gods are, well, beneath my true opinion. I don't believe that they are as worthy as the worship they are given. So I don't care if they don't understand something. So, are you going to come nicely? Or are you going to kick and scream? Briefly, am I able to, before anything happens here, am I able to grit my teeth?
Yeah, I think you've had enough time to grit your teeth.
So that's a persona?
Yeah.
You don't have to take time if you're using a persona. You just do it.
No, it still takes an action or two.
Oh, fair enough.
Right, okay. Back down to 0 persona!
Nice.
I'm riding the fucking 0 persona train.
You're gonna feel so bummed out if he just says, "Screw it, I'll come with you."
Oh, I will. I will feel so bummed out. I'll genuinely upset me.
Hmm.
I mean, this goal is to, like, just pop out.
He jerks his head towards where the bow twang came from, and there's distant voices as Eel and Arkan are talking. He says, "Do you think they got him?"
I don't think so. I think...
Thanks for having faith in us.
Well, my companions are very capable. Masato did have the upper hand in that scenario. He successfully distracted us all long enough to do his little tricks of anathema and then make off.
Viper. I will give you one last chance to leave me a be. I have no doubt that we may meet again. Under different circumstances.
What would those circumstances be?
He shakes his head. Says, "If you are too impatient, then I must respond in kind, and I will show no mercy or hesitation."
Well,
And I will say, just as a point, he does have his axe out.
yeah, I've got my two blades out. I didn't, as I said earlier, I didn't sheath them. I just had them like neutral at my side. I say, well, neither am I, and I want to like try and stab him right in the gut.
Okay.
Just like surprise attack.
Why does this feel like a genuinely
I don't-
terrible idea?
I don't feel
Oh,
like
what's
this is a
that? No.
surprise. I feel like this is.
This is not a surprise. Yeah, this is.
Well, I think because I want to do things like I don't exactly respecting. I mean,
We could kill.
This can. I mean, we could either do like a versus weapon test, or we could go to a fight.
what does everyone think? Do we want to have a fight or
What's the intention? What's the intention of the fight? Right. If we do
Well,
a
his
fight,
intention is to kill me.
what's
His-
the intention on both sides? Right. Is it to kill each other, or is it to like get
His-
the upper hand and then?
Yeah, I mean, his intention is like coming into this scene. His intention was to escape, or to get away from this whole scenario. he
like-
feels like Viper is forcing his hand, and he, yeah, I mean, he said it himself. He's willing to kill Viper.
Yeah,
if
I think his intent is kill. Like,
he,
because the way he,
I think
because the implication I got was like, I'll show no mercy. I was like, yeah, he's willing and fully ready to kill me, and most likely is going to attempt
I
to.
think it's if he gets if the opportunity is there for him to kill you, then he may well take that opportunity.
Yeah, which is
Um,
fair, I guess.
I feel like in that case you want to scale things down. You want to make it because I don't know.
I don't know if we want to see Viper
I don't
dead.
think we want to see that. I think
Um,
I'd suggest like an exchange of blows,
Look,
and like
I-
if you recognize you're outmatched, then you step down. Or
This is Viper we're talking about.
I mean, he doesn't have to do a lot to you to knock you out, really.
he doesn't.
Yeah,
He only has
I
to
mean,
give you.
he doesn't know that, granted, but like,
Well, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like yeah.
Like,
I'll leave it.
because if
I think
the
fight is best in that situation.
If his thing is that if the opportunity presents itself to kill me and he knocks me out, he's gonna kill me because that's a perfect opportunity to kill someone
he
when they're
might change his mind.
unconscious.
He might have been bluffing.
I don't think I do not think this man was bluffing. He did not give the impression of a bluffing man.
I mean, regardless of what he said, like the beat. If we're gonna do a fight, then the beat by beat of the fight is what matters. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if we're gonna do a bloody versus, then intent does matter.
see, I don't know. Like, I think a fight.
I feel like we could just do a bloody versus. Scott loses means Scott ends up unconscious with a like midi wound on the floor.
Maybe wouldn't.
It would be a midi because you only need 2 to go down.
No, because I don't want another light wound.
You,
I think I'd rather do a fight if I was getting a mini wound.
well, that's so. So if you lose, the minimum you're getting is a midi wound, and then being down and like and unconscious while because you've got a 3 dice penalty currently, right? Oh no, you only need one more. No.
He's just grit his teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So in that case, you can take up to a severe wound, which would
Yeah.
be
Or 3 light wounds, but yeah.
yeah, and that would make you unconscious permanently.
Another character in a coma.
No, they. As soon as they'd be at like 1 dice for agility and speed and will. Right, it would be a minus 3 die penalty most of the time. It would be pretty
That
tough,
would be
right? If you
permanent.
take a severe wound right now. I mean, if you ever take a severe wound, it's pretty tough, right?
Yeah. I don't. We were another fucking character in a wheelchair. I think that this is just.
Viper's good at getting into life or death situations.
She is.
Yeah,
She
Viper
is.
just seems. I think Viper's a really bad ride or die character, and it mostly seems like die is on her agenda. I don't know why I keep doing this.
I mean,
Because-
you keep going off by yourself.
Because like
Wasn't that like just to offer ourselves an out from this decision making process? Wasn't the end of our previous conversation, "Hey, where the fuck's Viper?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we like I don't know if we want to just say we can walk in, but like, can we make a roll to walk in?
I mean, we
Roll
could,
to walk in.
like, I'm not gonna lie, I would kind of want to do a fight with him because part of me, right, is super interested in what the fuck Tane actually is,
Yeah.
and I'm super invested in that mystery. I'm like,
Is it in your beliefs? Yeah, actually, here's a good question. Do you have any beliefs about Tane right now?
no, don't.
Is
I think
it
maybe you
worth
should.
changing one so that at least you might get something out of this fight if we're gonna do a fight.
I mean, wouldn't I not get anything out of it because I changed it mid-session?
no, that's not how it works. Like if you're
Hmm.
you can change your beliefs whenever, basically, like as long as it makes sense. So, I mean, this is why I think Ollie always has something written in his fourth belief slot,
Yeah.
just so that he can change them out when if like need.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Done.
you can have your third belief, like your current third belief. Since Panther isn't involved in this at all right now, you could just put that on the back burner, just copy it into
Yeah.
your fourth belief slot,
Yeah.
and
I get-
then
yeah, like
new for the current situation.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're getting Fate for Belief 3 right now.
I
in
think
this session.
Tane is extremely suspicious.
So you're gonna be like, Tane is a dick.
Tane is extremely suspicious. I will force the information out of him. I'll force the information on who he really is and his mission out of him. Does that sound like a good belief? I think maybe I will apprehend him.
Yeah, because getting information out of him will be a different thing. It'll either be
I
like
will.
interrogation.
You
or
can't get
torture or
information out
something.
of him if you stab him.
Well, I mean, that's what you think. I will apprehend him. I guess I'll just like that's my belief. Tane is extremely suspicious. I will apprehend him. God, why did I get rid of that last fate? Persona. Oh, it's fine. I'll live. I will live.
Okay.
Not dying. I'm cool. I'm a badass. I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh my god. It's fine. I do have a deeds, so I could like.
Wait, do you still have a deeds?
Yeah, I don't think I never spent my deeds. No, I did spend my deeds. When did I spend my deeds?
You spent it on persuasion.
Oh yeah, I spent it on fucking rhetoric. Damn it! There go
Yeah.
my deeds. I always forgot about that. I don't have a deeds. There goes my backup. It's fine. I mean, I guess because we did leave the others off on the.
Well, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're very far from them.
No, I think if a fight breaks out, you'll hear it.
Cool.
So like we could say that
what's the easiest mechanical way to do this? I think the easiest, I think that is
I think the easiest way is to just say you show up at the beginning of X exchange.
Okay.
And probably at that point, like if there's still no conclusion drawn at that point to the fight, then probably Tane will surrender rather than trying to fight all three of you.
Yeah, I think like we do one exchange and then they show up at the second exchange because I doubt like a fight between us is going to go longer than like one exchange.
Okay, so we gotta script 3 actions. Do a positioning roll. Script
3 volleys worth.
Yeah. So let's build the dice pool for the positioning roll quickly because we've spent quite a while on this.
Sorry, I end up taking all the time discussing things.
Yeah.
Don't agree with me.
Well, it's true.
You could sugarcoat it a little.
It's a facet of you quite often saying, "Hey, I want to do this," right? Like,
is that a bad thing? I thought it was a good thing.
No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. But you do it more often than either me or.
Guess I should.
Particularly when there's no belief written about it beforehand. But yeah, sure.
It's because I always like to do cool things. I'm really bad for wanting to be cool.
No, I mean, like, I don't disagree with this course of action, right? I was pushing you. I was being like, Why isn't Viper being more Viper here?
Yeah,
This
if
is a-
anything, this is your fault, Ollie.
Viper could be being way more Viper. Yeah, so we delete those. So same weapon length, right? Axe versus sword.
The axe is longer, I think.
Footman's axe is long. Polearm
No,
axe.
it's a bardiche, two-handed axe.
Party.
Is that?
Where the fuck is my? Oh, there's my book. I was looking at my fucking PDF.
No, I don't think there's
folder.
any. I don't think there's any longer.
Sweet
axes.
axe.
Oh, he's using that. Wow. No, that's long.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
So same weapon length.
He is higher
He's
stride.
got +1 dice.
Yep.
And so it is just speed. With that's it. So
Yeah.
Viper
Wait,
rolls.
if we're same weapon length, then there's no positioning.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we don't position. We are
Well,
engaged
there's
at no relative
You're at
advantage.
+3 ob from darkness.
Hopefully, so is he.
No,
He's
he's
not.
not. Remember, he's not at plus. He has dark vision.
Oh,
Remember?
Viper doesn't know that.
Yeah, I guess she does.
Viper doesn't know this man can see in the dark. Oh, no.
God. I mean, I would have said you had time to like fictionally positioning. You had time to light a torch and be walking around with a torch, but you've literally described yourself drawing both swords. So
Oh,
we,
yeah,
can,
because that's how I fight.
we can clearly see that you weren't holding a torch at any point.
Well, would my instinct 3 have popped off? I always look
What
for
is instinct
opponent's weak
3?
points.
That's not a
What is
weak
instinct
point.
three?
That's a strength.
No, but like his weak points, so I know like where he's weak, so I can like try and stab him there.
I'll say. Yeah, I guess I'll say like your in the few minutes that you've been speaking to him, the way that he like it's taken you a while to notice, but his pupils are not dilated in the same way that yours that someone's eyes normally should be in darkness. Right, and you've only noticed like as the moonlight has caught his eyes or whatever.
Just as
right?
the fight has begun.
Yeah, and
Oh
so
no,
you suspect that he is, not suffering from this darkness. And
Yeah, I think like Viper's smart enough to clue into that, and mentally in her mind she's like, "This man can see me perfectly. Oh no."
This may have been a bad decision.
This may have been a bad decision, and I may be butchered in the woods.
Yeah, it's really fun to have a fight in the dark if neither of you can see, because you're pretty safe. But
Yeah.
But when one of us can see and he can beat me like I was nothing, then
okay,
I'll
So,
live. I
um,
think I'll live.
Will, please script quickly so that we can.
Oh, where's the-
advise
where's the-
Viper?
What's the
I'm just
money?
adding the weapon stats.
So because I have a reflex of 4, that means I get 4 actions, and 2 of them have to be do nothing because I feel this man has high reflexes, but doesn't seem like a fighty kind of guy. Carries an axe, for God's sake.
Yeah, let's put the reflexes on the side. So he's on bottom. He has reflexes 5. What's yours?
Oh no, he's there.
No, it's okay. It's okay, right?
Is it?
Yours also
You'll
5.
be fine.
Mine's is 4.
4. Okay.
Ah, I need to double check, I think, because this may aid me greatly in my life. Oh no, will aid me greatly in my life. I think I have a slight upper hand here.
So, Will, script away.
Yeah. Just give me a sec. Okay.
Is it possible if I ask
Slight pick. There we go.
you guys for a little bit of help here?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to give you advice
Just
on
let
how
me
to
script
script.
first.
Is it advice or is it this
It
is what
just
you
tends-
should do?
I am going to remind you that there is something that you should do.
Yeah, I have an idea of something I can do. God, why am I like this?
How's it going, Rob?
It's good.
Rob, how
Literally,
interested?
I literally have no input on this because I am terrible at fight. All I do is run and attack and hope that I kill them before they kill me.
Straight.
Which I happen to be pretty good at because, yeah, but you're not me.
I mean, I've got really good sword skill, and I can kill
Is
things
it a
really
7?
well. It is very high. Let me check. Sword.
It is 7.
Yeah, sword is 7.
Okay, so you can do the same thing as me then.
Yeah.
Well, except I get to go first because I have a longer weapon.
Yeah, because
Anyway.
you're a cool ninja, and I'm like a cool ninja as well, but a different kind of ninja.
You're more like a samurai than a ninja.
No, I mean,
Well, you you literally are a samurai. But...
No, I'm not a samurai. I don't have any samurai-based stuff. My defense on that.
You fight in armor with a sword.
No, I fight in like leather. I don't fight in anything. I'm more of like a bandit. Why can't I not find this? Let me go to the fucking light path that this is in. I swear to goodness. Where is the city saying? Noble.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you that because you've got 2 weapons and 2
Block and
weapons fighting,
strike.
you can block and strike.
Yep.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
That's
Block
what I
and
was
stop.
pretty much relying on.
You
It's
can only do it as many times as your weapon speed, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's your problem is that there's going to be one of the 3 actions that he hits you and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have to hope that you've.
I'm just gonna have to hope that he doesn't.
I would honestly strip block and strike something, because you want to guarantee that you have the opportunity to hurt him before he gets to hit you.
I mean, I could always just escape, like just be like.
Yeah,
you could try and run away. Yeah. I guess that would be like physical action.
Yep.
Yeah, because like that would be really boring. That'd be a really boring conclusion to everything so far. Which I feel bad for putting everyone through this and then being like, nah, not gonna do that.
Coward.
I don't want to be. I don't. Yeah, I'll be called a coward again.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
Fuck is this?
If you're like, as soon as you realize what you're actually up against, which I guess you still don't really, but you may be realizing that you're in too deep.
Mm.
You're trying to keep up on holding your head instead of going under.
Yes, thank you, Rob. Then you
don't dismiss him. He's not talked in a while.
I think we should give this scene to Rob. Really,
that's a good point.
Yeah, because after this scene, I'm just gonna take a back.
I just liked how before the session I was like, man, I really don't want to be a spotlight hog today, so let's just abandon my storyline.
Wow. See, here I was planning this session to put you in the spotlight again.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Yeah, it would say something, I think, about like Viper's deep down personality if her gut reaction after this revelation is to actually just turn tail.
If we take a 5-minute break to
we could take a break.
Think about scripting. Will you actually think about scripting as well?
Right. Was that question directed to me?
Can we take a 5-minute break and then come back?
I've already got an idea.
Good.
Okay. All right. Let's take a break.
Well, sorry, whoever is listening to this. This is just who I am.
I'm back.
I'm back. Who else is here?
Me.
Right. So let's see. So I wanna.
I can't find the right thing. It's not in there here.
Block
Right.
and strike.
Oh, it's there. There we are. Right. So
Let's
this
script all my actions for me.
this is the correct scripting.
Right. I know this.
You throw your
Throw-
sword at him and then
No!
you run away.
Fucking sword.
He'll be so busy picking up your sword, he won't taste you.
See,
I'm back.
right. So
It doesn't
my
really work if you don't have an instinct.
my other idea was lock.
Lock is a maybe horrible idea. Lock is
Yeah,
actually
if
very
you s-
dangerous.
So you need a free hand to lock.
Ah.
Um,
So you basically drop your weapons. You go for the lock.
and then
If
you're
you don't win,
And then I'm stabbed to death.
if you don't win, you will just die.
you're at a range disadvantage then. Yeah. I'm not sure how it works if you've
You
only
should-
got one free hand free.
No, you shouldn't lock. It moves you to hands like.
Wait. Well, you said description is we were on a cliff edge, right?
No, you're
You said we're
So-
near a cliff edge.
no, you're near a cliff face. When Panther exalted, you were on the same cliff edge, like basically, like where Panther exalted is about 100 feet above you right now.
Damn.
So you're at the bottom of that cliff that you were by before.
See, if we were at the top, I would have just like
Push him.
scripted push action and throw him off.
Mm.
Get up from that, bitch. Right.
Yeah, uses the hand's weapon length.
Because I could like tackle him, or like, there's not this. Is there a disarm action?
There's a charge tackle.
So charge tackle.
disarm.
If you succeed to tackle, you put him off his feet, which means that whatever he's trying to do, it's much more difficult for him. It will be very difficult for you to tackle him successfully.
Yeah.
Your issue in this fight is that like you kind of need to script defensively.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Because trying to actually, like, you don't have a massive power. Like, if you had a power 6, it might be better doing charge, but it's still not good.
I feel like this man is like
disarming
very high power.
maybe in a chance with, depending
Do you
on
have a
what your
call
weapon
on
skill
for?
is.
Do you have a call on for weapon? For sword?
No.
Okay, don't disarm.
Yeah, well, because disarm, your orb will be his weapon skill.
Yeah, and I feel like he's
But
got
you need to
pretty high.
win by a margin of excess equal to the weapon skill. Right. Oh no, that's a versus test. Right. Sorry. If you disarm against
Against
something,
the strike, like if he strikes and you try to disarm,
What is the skill beat?
beat is useless. Ignore it.
uh,
No,
Beat
beats
is-
for moving position, right? Beats for stealing the position of someone, and you don't need to. 'Cause you're
oh
a sword.
yeah.
Right,
so
okay.
you're-
Ignore it.
I was just wondering because I saw that and my mind went to like beating him with my fists.
I think
Putting the weapon aside.
Yeah, if you wanna play clever, I think Will's right. Trying to script a disarm into a strike is probably the cleverest thing that you can do. And then apart from that, block and strike is going to be the way to go.
Well, see, my first plan was switch stance to defensive, and then block and strike.
Yeah, you could do that.
Because that would, while that takes a little bit away from my...
It scripts block and strike, block and strike, block and strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is allowed. Is it allowed?
Yeah, your weapon speed's 4, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you could do that. That's pretty good.
Oh wait, defensive grants plus defensive stance grants +2 to avoid block and counter strike.
But block and strike counts as both block and strike.
Yeah.
So it takes all of the interactions from both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Block and strike doesn't. Okay, so those bonus dice would have to go into the block portion, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the block and strike doesn't benefit from the bonus successes on a normal block, which can make them lose their next action. So if you really want to knuckle down on blocking, then you can, a good block can do the same thing as a charge or a beat, basically.
Yeah, I think Viper's first idea is now she's seen that this guy is can see her perfectly. She's like, I'm in hot shit.
Hey, he's one thing that we can predict is that one of his double actions is going to be just a normal strike because there's no reason for him to script anything other than it. So if you Will is right, if you script disarm against, actually, is that a versus strike? No,
it's literally his weapon skill is the obstacle.
I think he still gets doable. Strike in that case.
Yeah, he'll still get a strike in. But then if you're successful, he'll be disarmed after that.
Yeah.
Script's my first action is run screaming.
I mean, yeah, if you want to just run away, going, oh god, he can see me, he can see in the dark. Viper, Eel, Arcan, come get this asshole. He's Tater's
an anathema.
Yeah, if you want to do that makes perfect. That's okay.
But that doesn't seem like Viper, to be honest.
Well, I think, like I said before, if you did something like that, it would give us a new aspect to Viper that we haven't seen yet.
Lil bitch, I think the fuck not. But yeah, I think I've got an idea. I think I'm gonna, because doesn't changing stance to defensive count as blocking?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think I might just change stance to block, to defense. I don't know if I should just have no action for my second thing there.
You could. I mean, like I say, if you want to,
because the main issue is he's gonna hit me. I'm gonna be hit.
You're unlikely to be able to. The positive thing about putting a block and strike there instead of on second and third is that if he doesn't script anything there, it gives you the chance to get a good hit on him and wound him, and that means that you'll be safer, right?
If I do hit him, I have a very I have deadly position. I have a pretty strong, I can do my.
On the flip side, if he wants you to walk away from this dead, he's going to script his second actions on action 2 and 3 because that means he has the highest chance of killing you.
Yeah,
I definitely put it first action. Actually,
yeah, but. I might die. I'm probably going to be in a coma, but let's hope none of those. Let's hope I do really well.
Let's see what happens. Going defensive will make it even harder to hit him, by the way.
Yeah, but it also gives the addition that I won't just instantly be fucked.
Yeah, your strikes will be even harder.
My strikes will be harder, but my defense, I'm playing defensively for this because I know that I might die, but Viper is kind of like in the mindset that I've committed to a fight with this guy, and even though he can see me, I'm a dragon blood and he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
And it won't take much for him to knock me out because I've got.
Where's the obstacles for
Sec.
darkness, by the way?
They're in range and cover, weirdly, but yeah. I've pretty consistently been ruling total darkness as +3 ob.
Cool. So, to recap, Viper, what did you last say to Tane before stabbing him?
Well, I don't stab him because my actions
before lunging at him with your swords.
So you lunge at each other, I guess.
What did I last say to him? I don't think I said anything to
Yeah, I
him.
don't think you did. I think he was like, "Don't push me," and then you were like,
I
"Don't push you."
was like, he was like, "Don't push me." And I'm like, "I'm gonna push." I think I said something like, "That's a shame" or something. But who knows? Yeah, let's flip. I want to flip. I want to know how fucked. Ugh.
Alright.
Sweet baby Jesus, do well for me.
So, flip.
Second. Good thing I. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you don't get. So it counts as a block, but you don't get the bonus dice.
Yep.
Yet, because you're still changing.
Not yet. No. What pages are the actions in the book again? Sorry.
So I think you've scripted it upside down.
No, because one is
No,
changed.
1, 2. It's mirrored.
Oh, right, yeah, it's mirrored.
It's horizontal mirror. Yeah.
1 second. Sorry, I'm just double checking. What page is the actions thing on again?
436.
436. Thank you. Just so I have it.
I put it on the side. What defensive stance does. If that's what you mean.
No, it was just so I know what my.
So this is a block action.
Yeah.
So it is.
We can effectively put it.
Block is your weapon, brawl, and your boxing skill.
Weapon. So block versus strike.
We can effectively do that.
Yeah. So it's testing my weapon skill.
Yeah, so it's your weapon skill against his, basically.
Yeah.
Your successes reduces from his successes.
Yeah. I guess he rolls first and then I roll.
Yeah, or you can roll first and set the ob for him.
I would like to see what he rolls first.
Well, I mean, it's happening simultaneously.
Yeah,
so.
but
it's fair that she wants to see because it'll give the obstacle.
It gives me.
It'll make him feel sad.
Yeah, it just because I'm gonna.
I think you should roll first just to make yourself feel less.
Right.
Sad.
Okay. I'm.
You're the defender, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck brawling because I'm not a clean fighter. I'm a dirty little fuck. I won't fork anatomy because this is block.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll set the ob for him.
Pardon?
Can you fork tactics it?
As block.
I think not.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I've said this before. I want to try and keep forks to a minimum during a full conflict system.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, so I'll just be forking. What the fuck? I'll be forking brawling because I don't know. Ow. Okay, so it's up 4.
Hang on.
Okay, you need to open those 6s because you've got. So that's 2.
I'm gonna
reduced his by two obstacle.
Yeah, I'm gonna open those 2 6s I have.
Yeah, so he's got like 3 free successes, basically, I guess. Though they don't count towards how much damage he's doing to you, they count towards...
It's a 7 to reduce it to 0, right?
Yeah.
Oh, snake eyes. Oh well.
So he had 2 successes there, I think.
So he has 4. You have
6.
6.
Which is really good.
So
That's
he's
Six
one
dice.
over. He's one over on you.
Is it?
Yeah, because you're at +3 ob. So I mean, technically that was a challenging test, if you like.
Yeah, I'll put that down as challenging. This plus the ob thing is fucking me up.
Did you add the? Oh no, wait. Yeah. No,
Wait,
you
am I
didn't
able
do that.
to reroll the traitors there? Stunning it. If you see, no, it's fine. It was just
Yeah, I think in a similar way, I want to keep stunts to a minimum during a full conflict. As
okay.
well,
It's just
so that we
because
get
yeah,
through
I just in case like if in case like I did roll like a 1 or something and that
this.
You need
equalized it, but it's fine.
Okay, so he's 1 up on you, so he's hit. But I don't
Yeah.
think he's got successes to actually move the location or do bonus damage. So where do you want to be hit?
Torso.
Torso? Okay. You have natural armor. Oh, you have. Are you wearing armor?
I'm
Or do
wearing
you just have
reinforced
natural-
leather, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure don't Dragonbloods get natural armor?
they have
Like
natural. It
bodies?
doesn't stack.
Doesn't
Yeah,
stack,
it
but-
doesn't stack with physical armor, so you just take the highest of the 2.
Yeah, so 2 dice.
Reinforced leather should be 3 dice on the chest.
Oh, yeah, well,
Okay.
okay.
So make an ob 3 armor test because his VA is 2.
So is that me rolling 3 dice to?
Yeah, they're just normal black dice.
I'm flipping your page.
Oh,
See something quickly.
Well, you've got a
That's-
6. You can spend fate on
Yeah.
it, but the fate doesn't go anywhere.
I'm going to spend a fate on that.
Okay.
I need to
Look at me.
because your anima is blurring, so I want to look at what it.
Still 2 versus 2.
Yeah. Okay. So he. So I guess like you're like about to lunge at each other, and then I guess you like catch the glint in his eyes, and it like makes you step back, and you like suddenly go a bit more defensive, and he doesn't like hesitate, and he just like brings his axe up, like uppercuts into your rib cage, and does a B4.
B4.
Yeah.
All right, that's. Oh, that's just like a superficial. That's fucked. You guys want to walk in on me now? Walk in on me now?
Can't do. We hear the sound of clashing steel and begin to run.
See, this is why I'm pissed that Panther got my fucking blue jade longsword, because I would have destroyed this man if I had my longsword with me.
Well, you've got to hit him first.
Yeah, but I could have destroyed him because it's naturally ended.
So the next action, we have a block and strike, which means that we take Viper's dice pool and we put one of the dice into. You put 3 dice in block and strike because if you've got +2 die to block.
Yeah, but the block
And then
doesn't.
all of the rest of your dice are going in strike because he's not got an action scripted. Great strike.
Basically
his first
on no
is
action.
Pause.
Yeah, so what is the spread on that? Look at my
So
brain.
that's, 6 dice, I think. Wait, no,
Yeah,
the
so
total-
your basic sword skill is 7, right?
Yep.
yeah.
So you have to put 1 dice into defense.
Yep.
So you're basically at -1.
So
You
you're
can get that
rolling.
way.
If you fork brawling again, you're rolling 7 dice to attack.
Yeah, I want to fork brawling. Yeah, I want to fork brawling because I'm not going to fork anatomy for this because I can't really see all that well.
Yeah, no, I think brawling is fine to fork.
So it
pretty
would
much
be
any-
like
I think brawling is the only like standard
Yeah.
fork for every fight.
yeah,
And brawling and whatever the opponent's weapon is, if you have more than 1 weapon skill.
yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Yes.
We don't
Which
see
is
many.
really
characters
you
who
don't
do
see that often, but it's damn useful
It's
when
so
you do.
useful.
Yeah.
So it'd be attack 7 and then defense 2?
Don't roll the defense because we know.
Yeah, don't bother rolling defense because it's not going to do anything.
So okay, so I'll just roll my sword
7
attack.
attack.
So
versus
roll 7
Ob 4.
dice against Ob 4.
Up 4. Okay.
So it's 1 plus 3 from the darkness, and then you're also at +1 Ob from being wounded,
That'd
but it'll
be-
do that automatically.
Yeah. So up 4. Yeah.
You have a 6. but-
Yeah, but
that's
I'm not gonna try and.
All right.
Well, I mean, because if I hit him with a 5, that would only be something like a. What would that be? Oh, I don't know what that'd be. Because like if I hit him right, if like in the off chance I do hit him, like if it's even like it's something like a like if it's a meaty, that's like a B8. But if it's like a
8 is going to be. It's going to give him minus dice if it succeeds, right? It's
Yeah.
unlikely to succeed.
it's unlikely to succeed, which
I
is
would-
my thing.
Anyway.
It's a 1 in 12 chance, but yeah.
When you say 1 in 12, that really makes me think. But no.
XCOM logic.
I'll just take that. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's my failed attack on him.
Okay. Yeah, so I think after like uppercutting against your rib cage, he like brings the axe overhead and is basically gonna like cleave it down into your shoulder.
Let's hope he doesn't.
Let's see what happens.
Ow. Guys, if I die, bury me in a field
Okay.
of flowers.
So I'm really sorry to tell you this, Scott, but Great Strike bypasses block.
Ah! Yeah, so when I die, bury me in a field of flowers, then set the fucking thing on fire. So how much does he kill me by? Let's see. I want to see my death.
So before I roll, I have to choose +1 to damage or +1 to VA. I think he's going to go for +1 to VA.
So if are you guys gonna bury me? I do want to be taken back
his
home,
Ob is 1.
buried in a field of flowers. You know, my next character is not going to be this kind of fucking person. They're not going to fight. I'm going to play like a bureaucrat. I'm just going to play someone who makes someone tries to fight them, and they're like, you have to sign forms 5 through 7.
Oh.
Okay, so he hits.
Still hits.
No 6s. And he's got 1 success above the Ob. So where do you want to be hit?
I will be hit in my. Because if I go for torso, he could just spend a success to move it up to my head.
He could, yeah.
I will. Because if I put it in my right arm, he has to go through my torso to get to my head, right?
Yeah. It would be 2 successes to move to your head from the.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say right arm then.
Okay.
Like a cool one-armed swordsman.
Yeah. Okay. So he brings this massive axe down towards your, initially like towards your head or shoulder, and you like move out the way a bit, an angle, and it hits you in the arm. So roll your armor dice against Ob. So 2 armor dice against Ob 4.
I mean, I'm not going to say.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing an arm.
Uh.
What can I replace my arm with?
Okay, so he hits you in the arm for another B4.
Oh, a B4. Okay, I can
Yeah.
live through a B4.
Well, yeah. So he only has he would need 2 successes above the Ob to move it to a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
See-
This like slams down into your arm and like cleaves a bit of flesh off of your.
like a big chunk
bicep.
of flesh. Ugh. Well, it like cleaves in, so it's like a kind of deep mark, but you
Yeah,
didn't.
it doesn't cut the
Yeah.
flesh off itself, but
It's
there's
a
like a
gouge.
big gash there. Yeah.
I love how extra the the wound descriptions are for exalts.
What do you mean?
Well, like a +1 orb is like in another game I played, like that's just like, oh yeah, he hits you a bit and it bruises you, right? It's a normal bruise, but it takes a lot. It takes the wind out of you, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what
This
you
is
mean.
like,
yeah.
this is like, yeah, because we're
Well,
everything's
I guess
extra.
it's like there's. Yeah.
No, it makes sense. I like. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's different, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I hadn't thought about that. Is
yeah,
I
so
guess
next-
it's like partially accounting for just that you heal quicker, so you
Yeah.
can have like these
bigger
more
descriptions.
vicious wounds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next action.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Oh fuck. Avoid stab.
I'm not sure why you didn't script block and strike.
Because as I said, I was going defensively.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So we take one more strike against no action.
Yeah. So another, basically same as.
I'm
same
really
as what we
bad at
just did.
fight. I can do like a duel of wits, no problem.
So
But,
why
like-
do you make fight characters?
Yeah.
Because I am
Matter,
a
it doesn't
fool.
matter. You can learn. You can learn.
Yeah. This is a
so-
learning experience, Rob. I am having fun doing this
I mean, I'm not criticizing your fun. I'm merely just making an
because
observation.
because when I don't make fight characters, I get fucked because of fight. But when I make fight characters, I get fucked because of fight.
Okay.
Plus, I tried to make Viper a bit of both. She's got some like non-fight skills, rhetoric mainly.
where do you want to be
Observation.
hit?
I will be hit, and
The VA isn't high. It will be ob 3 again this time, not 4, because this is just a normal strike now.
I think I might go for my. I think I'm going to go for my right leg because what I'm seeing in this exchange is that he's like even though it probably like he's gone to like I've put my guard up and he's sort of moved in a way beforehand like that looks like he's coming down for a swing, but he kind of just rolls.
With the avoid beforehand, he like
Yeah, with the avoid
sidesteps,
beforehand,
yeah.
he rolls and then like once he like comes back into he like comes he's like on his knees and he kind of like just like slashes backwards.
I'm now just
Yeah.
imagining Tane just Dark Souls rolling around.
Yeah, he just Dark Souls rolls beside me and just goes thwump. And
Tane is probably the most Dark Souls character. It's
you
the-
know what?
so
I
far.
know what I can replace my leg with. A cool fire wand.
He
I
hits
think you're thinking way too far ahead here.
Yeah, but I'm thinking in a cool way.
he hits Viper in the leg and then promptly proceeds to praise the sun.
See if he fucking praises the sun on my corpse, I'm gonna be very upset. my ghost is gonna rise. And you have to fight that.
All right, so you want to be hit in the leg.
Right leg. Right leg for stomp. Do left leg for stomp. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Everybody clap. There we go. My goal of this is to turn this campaign into a musical.
What are you thinking, Will?
I'm thinking whether he would hit you in the leg or move.
Well, you said his attempt was to escape, right?
Yeah,
What's better to escape than to make somebody unable to follow you?
yeah, that's true. I think he's like he knows how you fight at this point. And so yeah, I think he's gonna move the blow from the leg up to your arm.
When at that point it would just be easy for him to go for my head. Like that's still
Maybe he doesn't
2.
really want to kill you.
Yeah, I think he foresees. I mean, he said himself, like he foresees like a future encounter with you, right? And so,
Yeah, my ghost kicking his damn ass. I'm sorry, just like the image of him killing me, my
Okay,
ghost rising
So
up
he
and being
moves,
like,
moves it through the
Richard.
arm. Is he spending? And then he can increase it to a mark as well.
yeah, so he's gonna do that. So make your arm. He's moving it to the same arm that he hit before,
Right arm.
Yeah.
which has lost a bit of armor because you rolled a 1 there.
Yeah.
And so just roll 1 more dice against Ob 3. Okay.
1 success at release.
Yeah, so he hits you in that same arm, like up, like cutting up, like sort of on the underside of where he hit before, with a B8.
Oh, that's midi. Oh, ow.
And I think with that you pass out, or are you on
Not quite.
1?
I think he's on 1 because he's gritted
1.
his teeth.
Oh, he's gritted his teeth. Yeah,
And
yeah.
now-
You will pass
so-
out shortly. At the end of the scene, you'll pass out.
Yeah. So end of the
Yeah.
exchange, we now take our. So Scott, how has your anima been lashing this man? Because your anima has been flaring this
Oh,
entire
that's
time.
very true.
And I don't know what the cast power that we had as the while anima is flaring is for air types. I think it's to do with being shot with bows, so I don't think that's relevant.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
A lot of that has been removed in the new system, but we're
But
still on the
In
old
the new
rules.
system,
Yeah. So I think someone has it on their bio and info.
Scott has it on his, I think.
Does he?
That doesn't seem likely.
No, in your traits. Yeah,
Anima Storm.
Anima Storm.
All
Put me
right.
from which anima has begun during a conflict or characters within your presence. Pace is equal. Will suffer hint of damage with based on your essence exponent plus
Okay,
2.
so what's your essence exponent?
5.
Okay, so roll a die of fate.
Okay.
2. Okay, so that's gonna be a B3.
Okay.
With an essence exponent of 5, I think. Yeah, B3.
B3.
And the what is it? Victim chooses where they get hit. Okay. So I guess similar to a ranged attack, or any attack really. Yeah, so it's like a free bonus attack that you get at the end of the exchange. Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna roll his torso armor dice. He's basically wearing the same sort of armor as you. So the orb is gonna be 1. Okay. Yeah, so I guess like a shard of ice or something like slams into his chest, but it just like shatters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your arm is like pretty fucked up at this point.
Yeah.
Do we want to? We probably should have established this ages ago. The arch my arm rule.
Never
It's
heard
an
of that.
optional rule that's like if you get hit in the arm, you drop your weapon. Seems like it makes sense, but yeah. Either way,
I mean, we can roll a die of fate for
we
it.
hear like footsteps approaching. Yeah, I could roll a die of fate if you like.
I mean, it's if you're saying I should.
Oh, actually, no. You should make a steel test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the ob?
Yeah, that's a better idea. Okay.
What's the ob?
The ob is your hesitation, but do you have any hesitation reducing traits?
Yes, I believe I have Stoic, which reduces overall hesitation by 1.
Okay. Yeah. So
that means it's only ob 5
all right.
because Oh,
Okay.
there's a 6 in there. Fuck.
It's already open-ended.
Ah,
So you can re-roll one traitor without it being a stunt, but yeah.
think I want to re-roll one traitor.
You'd need, you're 2 successes below.
And I've got a bunch of fate. I've got 3 fate, so that would be at least like.
The first traitor that you re-roll is open-ended. The others aren't.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a fate to re-roll that one then.
Okay.
Hope it's good. And if it's not, then
Oh no, actually, wait. It's already open-ended, so yeah. Anyway.
yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more fate.
All right. So what's your hesitation action?
What are they again? It's
Stand
grovel,
and drool, beg for mercy, run screaming, or swoon.
Swoon is just go unconscious, right?
Yeah, basically.
Pray for mercy from Puss in Boots.
What?
If you run screaming, you drop your weapons. Well, I
You're
think
suggesting
all
you
of them
pray for
really.
mercy.
Apart from stand and drool, you basically drop your weapons no matter what.
Yeah, I think I'd stand and drill. I think Viper's just
Stunned.
she's stunned because she thought that I'm a fairly good combatant. I can take this guy, and I just got fucking demolished.
Mm.
Literally closed.
Yeah. Okay. So I think let's frame it this way: like, Tane sees you two approaching. He's now behind Viper, and he's hit her in the arm, and she's stunned for a second, and he looks past Viper's figure in front of him and sees Arkan and Eel running up the hill a few paces away. What do we think? I feel like Tane has won the fight and should get to run away.
I mean, no.
Okay,
All
right.
Because you refused the option. You said, "I don't want this to be about Tane running away." So Tane is standing over Viper's body.
No, I'm not dead.
No, Viper's standing there as well.
Yeah, Tane is standing there. He has not won the fight. Right?
Well, what I said
his
specifically was
his
he's not going to fight
to
all three of you.
Is to kill, and now all three of us are here. So he's basically not thought things through, right? He was thinking, I'll kill her quickly and then leave, right? He fucked up, is what's going on here. He underestimated Viper.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. So he sees you guys approaching.
Arkan draws his sword and growls, "Traitor," and dashes towards Tane.
Okay, I guess this is happening.
I don't know what the fuck else I'm meant to do here.
I am going to. Well, Eel is going to follow, but rather than take an aggressive stance towards Tane.
The torch, please.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
We
kind of
probably
assumed that had already happened from the
think,
scene before.
No, I feel like Arkan's probably holding a torch and a sword, right? At this point.
Okay.
I don't know that I have any torches, but yeah.
You've got traveling gear.
I don't know that I have.
Okay.
The itinerant monk thing, I basically have nothing. Instead of also I can't wield my weapon.
Yeah, you got traveling gear.
I can't wield a weapon without
That's true.
with my weapon. You can't wield a weapon with a torch, rather.
Yeah.
I will move up and take a defensive stance to defend Viper rather than an aggressive stance towards Tane.
Okay. So is this turning into a Tane versus Arkan fight now, or are we gonna go like 2 versus 1, or are you gonna like say something and try and break it up?
No, I'm merely moving to a position where he cannot continue to kill Viper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if that turns it into Tane versus Arcan, then I guess that would make the most sense.
How long? I'm hesitating for 8 volleys,
For
right?
two actions,
volleys.
yeah.
Right.
So I guess at this point it turns into a fight, which is the how is Tane gonna try and incapacitate us so he can run away?
I mean,
yeah, are you not doing anything then?
Who, me?
That's what I want to know. Like, how do we want to resolve this now? Now that we're in this
Like,
situation?
I think that Tane's probably gonna like run away.
Well, it's What's Tane's next objective? Because we can.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of interrupt me, but like, Tane knows, like, you know, he has failed to outrun you once. Like, he knows that you're dangerous. And he doesn't really want to fight all 3 of you at once. But if you're backing him into that corner without any other sort of recourse, then he'll have to, right?
That's not really what I asked. I asked, what does he want? Like, is he wanting to kill us all and flee, or is he wanting to flee? Because if he wants to flee, then we could run a bloody versus and say, like, success is he's on the ground injured. Failure is we're injured and he's running away, right? And that's just a good way of doing things.
Yeah, that would make more sense, because this isn't. I don't feel like this is a fight to the death on either side.
I think honestly, Tane's just looking to escape. Like, even though he knows how dangerous we are, I think that he's probably smart enough to realize that they're not going to chase after. We're not going to chase after him right now because we've got someone who's got like their arm fucked.
Well, but the thing is, he knows he cannot outrun us. So he knows we are beat up after the encounter that we've just had to a certain degree. So his goal is, because he can't outrun us, so he's going to wound us enough to give him the head start. Which, of course, his failure condition is that we wound him enough that he can't flee from us.
Yeah, we could do it that way.
Yeah.
Unless you, I mean, it doesn't sound like this is what you're doing from what you said, Ollie. But like, alternatively, this could turn into a conversation now. But yeah, it's. I think you're the ones that are like encroaching on him at this point, so it's kind of in your hands, and he's just responding to what you're doing.
I mean, he's just attacked one of my own. Like, I'm not gonna let him.
We don't have the context of like a Viper like pushing,
trying to stab him. Yeah. This looks like he's tried to murder Viper in the middle of the forest. So.
He's just been like, "Hey, I found one of them alone. Great. This is what my plan was the whole time."
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, our plan is get him in a position similar to the position that Misato was in, but with considerably more holes in him.
All right, we could do we could try a 2-on-1 fight. I've never done that before, but
we could go ahead and do that. I'm cool with that. Or we could do bloody. I don't mind which.
I'm not invested in this enough, the outcome of this enough to make it a full fight.
Yeah, I think what we should just do is like do a bloody versus. Like, I don't think the outcome of the bloody versus should be like a.
I think we know what the outcome is, right? I think we've talked about that enough.
Yeah. So if you win, he's wounded and detained.
Yeah.
If he
Detained.
wins,
We're wounded and he escapes.
yes.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
So, Eel, do you want to lead the roll?
Yes, I would love to lead the role with my
Good.
wisdom of 7.
Since Viper's hesitating, we'll say she can't help.
No.
Yeah, that seems fair.
No. I wanted my arm to get chopped off. I want a cool fire one arm. I want a sword arm. I could go on a quest. Sorry,
Cool.
I'm really excited
gonna-
about it.
I'm gonna help with brawling. Alcan does his classic thing of drawing his sword and then just like jumping at the guy.
Yeah,
And
I draw my sword and then throw it
Like,
away because I
he
don't
kind
really
of-
know how to
he
use
kind
it.
of feints with the sword and then lunges with the torch into the guy's face, and then kicks him and then goes to kick him in the chest.
Okay. Eel, you said you're leading the role, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a remarkably specific fork, and you're gonna hate me for this, but it's genuinely in his character burn. Righteous priest wise.
That's lovely.
That is fucking beautiful.
Oh fuck! I realize what's just happened.
What?
Will broke his computer last week intentionally, so that this week, when he knew that there was the possibility that he'd have to open Tane's character sheet on stream, that it would be hidden by me messing around, being really bad at screen cap.
This makes sense. I think it's all starting to come together now.
It's a coincidence,
I don't know how
I
we
swear.
didn't see this beforehand.
You're leading
Okay.
me into a Kafka trap, and I refuse.
Okay, so Eel, you have 7 dice normally plus 2 dice from my help.
What weapon length is the spear? Is it long or longer?
I believe.
Okay,
No,
you get-
est.
What? Longer. Okay, yeah, you get.
It's ridiculous.
You get +1 for that.
Okay. I will fork my spear as well.
He has higher stride, so he gets +1.
Oh no.
So that's 10. 10 dice for us.
Sounds like it.
Once this scene is over, I am unconscious.
It's +1 from you, +1 from weapon, +1 from spear. So yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Plus 2 from me. So it should be.
Oh, 11.
And what's each of your VAs?
Brawling. Hang on. What's a
yeah.
torch?
Okay.
There
No,
is-
just Eel. What's your VA, Eel?
2.
2. Okay. Yeah. His VA is also 2, so you both
Mm.
get +2.
I can't wait to see Tane get like.
He gets +2 to defense from his armor. You're not wearing armor, are you?
Nope.
Okay,
I
so you just
am,
have your
I don't
natural.
care.
So take 1 dice to defense for your natural armor.
Okay.
And what's your reflex?
I should be writing this shit down. What is my reflex?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. 5.
Okay, you've got the same reflexes. Okay, so he's at +4 to his attack pool and +2 to his defense pool.
Okay.
Do you remember what your pool is?
Yes.
Good.
I'm so nervous.
There we go. I have 11 dice plus those modifiers.
And then plus help from Arkan's Brawling.
Yeah, the 11 dice is including Arcane Sprawling.
Okay.
Right, so.
What do we say to splitting this evenly?
I don't care about getting wounded. Unfortunately,
it just gives us 7 dice in each, which I think is pretty good.
that's pretty good. How's your injury situation? Your injury situation.
My injury situation is fine. My fort tax is hot garbage right now.
That's fort tax.
I'm fine as long as I don't cast any spells.
And
If
you
it was
guys
just
got a
me,
lantern out, didn't you?
if
So
it was
you're
just
not.
yeah,
There's no penalty.
Yeah,
then.
Arcan is holding a torch for me.
I'm slapping.
Arcan is carrying a torch for me.
Deep sigh.
Don't write that fanfiction, Jen. Don't do it.
That was me writing the fanfic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do whatever. I mean, I'm up for like putting 10 and 4, but
10 for
10 attack.
Let's go 8-6.
Yeah. Okay.
He's doing 7-5.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, let's do his attack first.
Okay. Against my defense.
Yeah, he's going to spend his last persona on this attack.
Okay. Oh. That's a point.
3-6.
I was rolling this with my wushu. Is it open-ended?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So base up 5. Wow, that's bad.
Ooh.
Okay, so that was your
That's-
defense, right?
Awful.
Both sides are going to hit. That's. Yeah.
That was your defense.
That
right?
was.
That's defense, yeah.
Yeah.
That was defense.
And then his defense. Or we'll do fate after this in a sec.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Don't kill him by accident.
Oh, I killed him by accident.
He's dead!
Choose how much add to do, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to spend fate on his attack.
Okay.
On his attack.
Actually, he's going to spend 2 fate. He's going to do it on attack and defense,
Oh.
and that puts him at 0 Arthur now.
Wow, he's burning himself out.
Okay, so open-ended 2. What is it? 3 dice on his attack. Wow, and then 1 dice on his defense.
He used up all his luck beating me up.
Wow! What?
Holy shit.
So we're on 2 successes over the ob still,
Yeah.
so we
his
can increase to
total-
a mark on him. Both sides hit.
Yeah, he is gonna fuck us up. But...
If one side make steel tests as appropriate.
Yeah,
so we
hold
apply.
on a sec. Hold
We
on.
got to apply wound tests, results, and then apply steel tests, and then work out what happens.
Okay, so his attack, his total final attack is 6, and total final defense is 4. You haven't rolled. Oh no, you have. Okay. Yeah.
Defense 2, attack 6.
Yeah. Okay. So you're 2 above, and he's 4 above.
Yeah, it's not looking good for us.
Yeah.
If I'm able to ever...
So you were saying, Ollie?
So yeah, we now apply wound results and then do a steel test.
Okay.
Do I get a difficult Wusha test for this?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
Let's see.
At least we got something out of this.
Because you had one which
Yeah, it would
is
have been ob 6
Yeah.
against. Yeah. Actually, it would have been. Oh no, yeah, difficult. Yeah. Okay, so there's no armor because that's already been accounted for in the dice.
Yeah.
So I guess we just do like as much add as we want or can do.
Wait, hang on a second. Did you say VA counted for 1 or for 2?
You add your VA just
Oh.
in.
Okay, so I need to
It's
roll
one
one more
per
dice for
point
attack.
of-
Just...
Oh,
hang
okay.
on. No, you've got a third dice for attack because you're water type and.
But I'm not flaring.
You are flaring.
Oh no, I am flaring.
It's a water type Pokemon.
Oh, okay. So I can
So
roll
2 more dice.
2 more.
I choose
Not
you.
that this makes much difference, but there we go. 1 extra. So I am attack 7, defense 4. Yeah, defense 2, rather.
It's open ended though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
One more roll.
Cool.
Okay.
Attack 8.
Okay.
Okay, so you're both 4 above.
Cool.
So we're
Yeah,
we're both doing
we're both fucked up.
superb hits on each other. Is that right?
I think I've inadvertently killed the entire. I think I've done a TPK.
Do we want to negotiate with retain and like both reduce to a MIDI, right?
Or you mean a mark?
A mark.
Well, can I activate my secret move called "Let's Go Back in Time" to before I made a really bad mistake?
that's not
No, there's no save scumming in a role-playing game, Scott.
Absolutely not.
That's unfair. There should be.
Okay. So,
So hang on.
do you want to do that, or do we want to do superb on everyone?
I
'Cause I'm
don't
okay
think
with
I don't think we do superb because we already established that the
Well,
outcome of this.
It'll only be
is-
Arcan and Eel. So Viper, because Viper didn't help, so she's not tied to the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
We already decided on the outcome of this, and it was who is the more wounded.
We
We were not going for kill.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's
I feel like
weird because
It is
there's you still have an intent, but you only get the intent if only you hit.
Yeah.
And
Right,
if both
okay.
sides hit, then it just does like weapon damage like normal. And then it can go to a stat test after that. as, like,
Because
a-
I'm warning you now, if we go to a super, I'm doing a B12.
Yeah, he's also doing a B12. That's the tricky bit. I think that kills everyone,
that kills everyone.
which I don't really want to do.
No, I think we all agree. We all agree to take a.
TPK.
We all agree to take a. To take some of our successes and just use them to look flashy.
Yeah.
And take a B8.
And then everyone tests steel.
Yeah.
Everyone tests steel.
So we all take a B8, right?
Okay, we all take
Can
a
I
B8.
take someone else's?
Cool. I just took a MIDI. Ow.
Yeah, he took a bit MIDI as well. What did you take, Arkan?
Arkan took a MIDI, yeah.
All right.
Well, I really hope you're not landing on me to make any fort tests in the near future.
Yeah, so if both steel tests are passed, the one with the most attack successes overall decides what happens next. Another round with a stat test or something else. Yeah.
We had
okay.
the most attack successes overall.
Yes, overall, yeah.
So steel, no modifiers. Arthur, none.
Check if you have any traits that affect your hesitation.
It's 5. Oh!
Do I have any traits that affect my hesitation? Don't
Hey!
believe so.
Wounds reduce steel? That's miserable.
Yeah.
So I'm hesitating 4 actions.
Okay, so he has cold-blooded and another trait that reduces hesitation, so he's at -3. Hesitation. Okay.
I don't have anything that reduces my hesitation. But I have a B8. So. Come on, dice, don't fuck me.
Okay.
What's the base up of this?
It's your hesitation. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
okay.
oh my god, my dice are just
No,
are
no, you did better
awful.
than me. Did better than me. You're only hesitating 2 actions.
Mm.
So
He is
He-
not hesitating.
he is-
Yeah, I think he probably takes the opportunity to just bolt.
yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? If both steel tests are passed. Yeah. So he passes the steel test. So yeah, I think he runs.
Ah, fuck me.
And everyone is wounded.
Wow.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, you can.
I
you
mean,
can like
I say
lit-
run. I mean, like he limps away. I mean, what does this
Yeah.
kerfuffle even fucking look like? It's a clusterfuck.
No,
I thi-
it's
I think
really
that's-
brutal. I think.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, I honestly think that's the best way we finish describe. Like, we just describe it as a clusterfuck. It's like, honestly, the best idea I could get of it is like, you know, them scenes in cartoons where all the characters jump into a fight, and it's just a big smoke screen, and like there's the arm, a leg. It's like that. I think like my
We're
mental
just like
image is
all
that.
covered in each other's blood.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I kind of envision this as like Arcan runs forwards and Eel just runs to stand over Viper. Then Arcan just like runs in, starts brawling with Tane. Tane just like absolutely slaps Arcan at one point with the axe. At which point Eel's like, okay, I kind of need to step in and defend Arcan as well. At which point, yeah, the like it becomes like a 2-pronged attack, but we're already quite beaten down, and it's just a case
you
of
like jam your spear into his side,
yeah,
and he like yeah, like Arkan's like going in for like a 1-2 punch on his face, and then at the same time, like you ram your spear into his side, but he's already in like full momentum with an axe swing towards
Yeah.
Arkan, which like comes down on his back.
And then Arpan like
And then-
stamps on his foot and like breaks a couple of toes.
Yeah, and then like pulls away from your spear stab and like comes up one more time against Uriel and like cuts open your thigh or something.
yeah.
And then that leaves you both stunned for a moment, and he like hobbles away.
Yeah.
At which point, I guess Viper's stopped hesitating.
Yeah.
Now, but I think given our intent going,
I
into
see
this,
Tane going away, and I'm like,
you see your comrades are injured. Like everyone is now taking a midi wound, which is bleeding.
Eel is just leaning on the spear, just like fine then, I'll call it a draw.
I mean, so in my knowledge of the worst of the Wild Hunt cadre, who do I know is the better with medicines and first
Me,
aid?
I can probably look after myself. But like, yeah, who's actually?
Because I want
Right.
to attend to Eel first, but
'Cause
like,
you're wounded as well, right? You've got a midi.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we
Viper's about to pass out.
need to do everyone.
End of the scene.
So we do
Great
Viper
notice.
first.
Yeah.
Right? We do
Yeah.
Viper first.
Because
So,
we
yeah.
just use help dice to counter the middies.
Yeah. it
Um,
does. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Arkan like coughs and holds his side and like struggles to reach round to his like his pack, like dumps it on the floor. Opens it really slowly, it's just like starts pulling out bandages like
Yep.
Viper, let's do you first.
she just nods. Like Viper, you see, she could.
So I'm gonna grit my teeth using health. I'm gonna roll health. Well, how much? What's the ob for?
Grit your teeth to get rid of a die penalty.
Mm.
That's an ob 4 health test.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or one persona.
Can I still do for the one persona if I've done the health test?
I'd say given that time isn't like because it normally the grit your teeth thing is like it takes up actions in a fight.
Okay.
I'd say given that.
Actually, I'll need the health. No, I'll need the health. So I'm just going to spend Persona.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So that puts me down to a -1 penalty.
All right.
Okay, so we're just doing field dressing to stop the bleeding.
Field dressing to stop the bleeding is a round of obtuse.
Okay, so I've got a field dressing of 3.
You've got
Does
a
anyone
field
have-
dressing of 3.
Does anyone have?
I-
No one has blood
Is that
lesson,
with
right?
your wound?
I have a field dressing of 4.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah, you're wounded though, so it's 2.
Do you have any Persona left?
oh yeah, I have a persona. Yeah, I could grit and
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, you can lead. I'll help.
cool.
Okay. Do
And
you
then-
still want to grit your teeth then, Arkan?
No, I
guess not.
don't bother.
Yeah.
Okay, I will spend persona to reduce my wound. I'll change it to a light for now.
Yeah, if you just temporarily change it to light.
I'll change it back after.
I'll help with field dressing. Giving you a dice.
Cool. And I assume Viper me as well.
Yeah, Viper, you've got field dressing, right?
Yes, I have field dressing.
What rank's in it?
It is. Let me open my field.
All right. Okay. So since you're wounded, you only give 1 dice.
Yeah, I do
Uh,
have surgery, but
You can't use surgery.
yeah, I wish I could one day though.
okay, so Viper is
Viper is
Yeah.
not bleeding.
Nice.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Okay.
Next.
should probably do me next.
Yeah, you roll.
Arkan's tough.
Arcan's tough.
Yeah, Ark, look, it's fine.
He's got colons to be tough, so
Yeah.
Also, I'm kind of sad we done me first. I would have done you first.
Well, I guess you were the one that were wounded first, right? So yours
yours
has
are,
been bleeding out the most so far,
Yeah.
I guess.
Eels are senpai though.
Oh, do I spend fate on this? That's the question.
Yes,
There's no point
there's no
in
reason.
not in this roll, but
success above the ob to stop the bleeding doesn't do anything.
Okay.
save it.
Oh, boom.
boom.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Cool.
Not bleed.
No Arcan time.
Okay.
Okay.
So now let's make Arcan not bleed.
Here's where your luck runs out.
Oh my god! Can you spend fate, please?
I
Yes.
can't. I will spend fate on that. Yeah.
And then
Boosh.
oh,
There we are.
nice.
There we are.
Boosh.
I mean,
There.
nice. Okay.
So we finally
So
discovered
everyone's got midi wounds.
where all our die of fate were hiding. So for me,
Oh, I get a routine field dressing test.
Tell me
Yeah,
what we're
everyone mark,
differencing, by the way.
Ob 2 field dressing against whatever
Against-
your wounded.
so that I think
score
I
is?
think I was wounded to -2 dice, so that gives me it forces me to take challenging, which I don't need.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Viper,
Should've graded
I think, can take a difficult.
if I'd let a
field
roll, I'd have been
dressing.
able to upgrade my field dressing, but that would have been a -2 dice for no reason.
Well, none of us are dead.
Uh,
It's a.
yeah,
It's a
Viper, you can
that's a
take
good
a-
resolution.
Viper, you can take a difficult field dressing test.
Oh, nice.
And if you haven't marked those steel tests, Rob, difficult, steel,
yeah.
and Ollie challenging steel.
Oh yeah, it's
And,
difficult.
No, it was
difficult
5,
steel
wasn't
for
it?
Scott.
Oh no, it was challenging.
Man,
Uh,
I only need 1 more difficult and 2
would-
more challenging to get
Would
steel.
this count as a separate scene?
Shit.
I think now that we've treated the wounds, we're now in a new scene.
I'm unconscious.
So
Okay.
Viper just flops. Just
you finish helping to bind Arkan's wound on his back, and then you just slump over.
yeah, I stand up for a sec. I stand up for a second.
Yeah, you stand up. You're like, right, that's sorted.
I'm
Oh,
like, all right, we should. I'm right unconscious.
Mm.
I will catch you.
No, don't catch me.
I don't want you to
Fall
hit the
gra-
ground.
I want to fall graciously.
I can't believe how close that could have been. If we had gone for the everyone's dead, then just Viper would have turned around and just been surrounded by
Dead people.
three
Yeah.
dead people.
I think she would have fucking mode breakered on her first.
And then passed out.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd have been fine. I've got
and then
We
she would
both
have
got
bled out.
right. We both got Persona left, so we can dodge mortal wounds.
Yeah, no, but it just the image of that is funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So what do you want to do? You're like lying in an old quarry, wounded, and it's like 1 at night,
Yeah.
1 in the morning.
I think Eel turns to Arcan and sort of says, "Well, we're not going anywhere in a hurry. We should set up camp."
I feel like I'm gonna get told in trouble by the teacher when I wake up.
No, the only things I'm afraid of in this woods, we've already fought to a standstill once. I'm sorry, Il. I could have done more.
I think Eel sort of like bows her head for a moment and then just sort of like looks back at Arcan and says, "Yes, but it is nothing to feel ashamed of." When I faced such horrors for the first time, I too gave in to the baser parts of myself, although in my case it was not doubt or fear, rather rage and anger.
That's not what I mean. I have another. Well, I've spilled the rest of my secrets. I took something out of that mine, a crystal. I've been told by the wizard in the town below that it contains the soul of a dead slave. If I'd used it as fuel, my essence, I could have struck any one of them down, I think. Just with that power.
I think at that point Eel just sort of like looks deadly serious for a moment and says, "And I do not think you would have wanted to have lived, perhaps, with that burden. That sort of power is not to be lightly trifled with."
I think Arcan looks a bit confused.
Could you speak up a bit, Ollie? You're kind of quiet.
I think Arcan looks a bit confused. This wasn't the response he was expecting. He nods and says, "Next time I won't hesitate." I felt like we all could have died here. 3 times over.
I think Eel sort of like drags herself to her feet and like moves closer to Arcan, sits next to Arcan and says, "Arcan, in the past I have made certain exceptions with you. for the benefit of unit cohesion, for the benefit of us working together. Understand now that I understand the desire to chase power. But if you are to use this power for yourself, it will change everything for you. Living with that kind of... Yeah, I know, thanks. Okay. Living with that kind of... Well, that knowledge, that regardless. If you
I have
use that
lived with knowledge of my failures for too long to pay any attention to feelings of regret about the method of my success. I joined the Wild Hunt after all. I have never been shy about the fact that I want to do all that I can, show myself worthy by comparison to these anathema in combat by defeating them. It seemed to me be the simplest way, and now that I've fought them, I would win much glory by killing one. But as for you, I'm sorry that we could not avenge your friend.
There will come another time. It is not mere fate that this is where we encountered each other again. And I think the next time we meet, it will be the doom of one of us. I have not quite worked out yet which. But I think I will find him again. Arkan, today you have come face to face with, well, the reality of what it is to...
I trusted Dane. You were right. I have been too open-hearted with these anathema, expecting them to behave by the rules of ordinary folk, but as soon as our backs were turned, he turned upon us.
They are all duplicitous in nature. It's the only way they can survive.
I will look forward to meeting Tane again and talking to him, but I will not turn my back upon him again. And the hunt will be on as soon as our conversation is over. days later like this time. Eel, one thing. Let's start building a fire or something. But what are we going to do about Panther? Viper wants to fight him on her own. If we win this trial, then she'll get her chance, I think, but she'll die, Panther. We'll kill her. That sword of hers is too fine a weapon to give only these he like gestures and like coughs out a bit of blood, shallow cuts.
Swift and decisive action, Arcan, is what is needed. I think perhaps I am tempted to give Viper the battle she desires. I do not think it should be alone. In fact, you said it well enough yourself. His anathema do not fight by the rules, and perhaps for the longest time we have been bound by them as well.
Swift and decisive, you say? Well, then I have a plan.
I would hear it once I have had a chance to rest.
Okay. I think, yeah, I'm going to call it there.
Cool. I pass out.
Yeah, you're like now come, let me build a fire, and
I
you're
will
already-
just close my eyes.
Just put the logs
for a
here,
moment.
right in front of me. Thank you.
You're doing the thing where you're kind of leaning and you've got you're like gently closing your eyes, and Arcan's like, don't fall asleep, and you're like, no, it's fine, I'm just resting my eyes, and it's like you're cold.
I'm meditating.
I'm meditating, Arcan. Leave me alone.
Oh, we missed. You didn't meditate before the conflict.
No, I did that on purpose.
That
Oh,
would have
okay.
been, yeah, because meditating fucks us every time.
It does.
Yeah, I because there were other people in on the effect, I didn't want to
Yeah, fair.
Wait,
risk a penalty that would fuck us all.
See if we all learn meditate, are we able to help you out with meditate when you
I feel
meditate?
like helping people meditate is the opposite of, like, I feel like you need
It's like group meditate.
you need to be able to talk in a really soothing, gentle voice.
So you have
some-
to get
you
like
just do some
soothing
yoga
platitudes.
together.
You have to get soothing
yeah.
platitudes.
You could do assisted meditation, but not in the way that I use it.
It assisted
Yeah,
meditation
It
by
seems like the way that you've been using it so far is like a few deep breaths before you dive into the deep end
Yeah.
or whatever, and that's a purely internal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do we want to leave it there or keep going?
I think that's a good end point. I don't know about the rest of
I
you,
feel
but
the same, but it's also only 10:30. So
Yeah,
if you guys
can
wanna...
Can we fix some bullshit before we go into the next? Like, it's such a good endpoint, but like,
Yeah.
I don't care about making the circles roll to actually find a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't care about finding a doctor. I care so little about this process that we have to go through. Can we just say at some point we'll narrate us coming down from town and then just go from there? And like, this is just gonna be a time skip thing where like we're doing the rolls now because it's just not interesting.
Yeah, so the episode fades to black here and then starts up in a different time.
It's kind of weird. Like Burning Wheel is a very narrative heavy game, but like a MIDI wound is just not threatening enough to us that we're interested in how, like, it ought to be a bigger deal. It ought to be something that we are interested in. Is the resolution to this we've all been wounded. We need
like
someone to treat,
being
but we
wounded
don't
should
care.
always matter. Yeah.
So it
I know.
matters. So we're making the rolls, but
Yeah.
So the ob to treat is the weird part because recovery. I think
Yeah.
you can't skip the recovery step because that's going to affect like how long it takes you to get the wound back, and that's always going to matter. But the ob to treat. I don't think any of you are in a position to treat yourselves.
we don't have. None of us have surgery.
No.
I have surgery.
You have 0 dice in surgery.
I mean,
You have
Yeah.
0 dice.
You have 0 dice because you're wounded.
You can go up to 1 dice, and then it will be an ob 4. Do you want to do that?
like if I botch the surgery, it's fine. You'll
Good.
live.
Well,
Can I
it's
just
three
can I
for
just
surgery
say
at least,
it's
but
really
yeah.
stupid that there's wound treatment for light and superficial wounds because they literally go away after a day.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange.
It's just very
I
very dumb.
suppose it's for the very rare instance when you're like a 1 life path.
It's
Or
it's
something.
it's to justify how much the inflation is on all of the other wound.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Actually,
It ought to be easier in general to do all of the other wounds. I think
Yeah,
severe
it's
wounds
like-
ought not to be an obstacle 8 to treat.
it's like if you look at the like obs for power versus materials, like
Yeah.
paper is ob 1,
Yeah.
which just seems weird. Like when is that ever gonna matter enough that you actually need to test that?
Yeah.
The best part is that somebody with like a ridiculous power can still fail that with bad
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
And that's just duh. Like paper should not be on the list. You
Yeah.
start the list at like I don't know balsa wood or something.
Yeah.
Well, even
Anyway.
then.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's decide how we want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I think you're right. Like finding here's the other thing, right? Because and this is like you're absolutely right. This is just a fatal flaw in the whole health and wounds system in general. Because if you fail the roll to treat,
Yeah.
then your only option is to find somebody else to try and treat it again.
Yeah.
So you end up in this like negative feedback loop.
I
you
think
can. Yeah.
we could. Well,
It doesn't actually ever say what the failure for a treatment roll is.
No, it
I feel like
Very
honestly,
strange.
I might start running it as just like if you fail the treatment roll, then you just have the maximum possible recovery time. Like no matter what your health test result is, you
Yeah.
have maximum possible health, and that just like that's as
Yeah.
much as a penalty as I'm willing to give out because I can't be bothered.
yeah, like if you were going to be super nitty fucking gritty, you would be like, oh, if you fail the treatment, it starts bleeding again.
Yeah, I
and
mean that's
it's harder, but
that's like some of
I would do that for an NPC. Like if it's an NPC and the treatment is important, I would really go through the works of like actually medical stuff is difficult. But for players, I don't care that much. I want to keep the game moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not an engaging failure state.
I mean,
As we've seen with Al, right?
I suppose the way it's meant to work is that it lets you do practice time for everyone else, right? Your friend takes a big wound and you spend 6 months doing practice time whilst they recover. The problem is that when your situation is time sensitive, then it becomes uninteresting to just sit around for 6 months waiting to heal.
Yeah, because like the situation is time sensitive. The first time you take a wound, it's like, well, we'd set this up on a like 3-month clock because we were like, want
and so it's like you take the wound and you just automatically
and
fail
now we've lost.
scenario. Yeah. The big bad one, the zombies are taking over the whole countryside. You lose the end. Like yeah, it's weird. Let's just everyone make an OB3 health test.
Okay.
Okay.
we health twist.
First die is recovered as soon as a successful test is made.
I've got a
Second
bunch
die-
of health tests to make, don't I? Because I've got 2 superficial wounds.
I'd say let's just ignore the superficial.
Sure.
They
So it's
will
all
literally
3.
recover on their own in a few hours.
So do you want me to just remove them for now, or what?
I mean, they won't affect the health test anyway, but
Right,
yeah,
so
you
it's
can,
ob
you can
3.
remove them if you like. Yeah.
Ob 3 health test.
Oh, I made it. Yes.
Nice.
Right, so I'm gonna spend a
Ah!
fate to open end it. I'm gonna spend 1 fate to open end,
Okay.
and so I'm gonna see if I can reroll that 6.
Do you have a
Oh yeah, I should do that as well.
colon? Wait, what? What is that?
I only
roll,
got-
Ollie?
I only got. No, I opened it with fate as well.
Wait, but your health is 5.
Hmm?
Why did you roll 3 dice?
I opened ended my fate roll with. Right, because it has.
So he has 3 6s.
Oh, it's up at the top. Sorry, I was looking
Yeah.
at. Right.
Yeah. My colon failed, and my 3 6. I'm in.
You didn't even say you were using it.
Oh,
It
nice.
was like silently just doing
Well,
shit.
everyone else was counting.
I have 6.
Okay. So me and oh my goodness, you just popped right up again. You just
So I'm on 2 successes, so I'm gonna try and reroll one of them not ones, which would leave me fateless. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're stunting?
yes,
Okay,
I'm on
what does this
stun.
look like? I guess this is like the
This
next
is-
morning. You're like waking up.
I think like I wake
you're waking up,
and, like,
and Arcan and Viper say like Eel look at you and you look like ashen pale and we're like
You
just
mean the
take
other way
it.
around? Yeah.
Yeah, Arcan we're like Viper, just take it easy. You're gonna be it's gonna be a while before you feel better on this. Like we can tell that you're looking really bad.
I think the stunt is she takes it easy.
Oh, okay.
Like I think she like gathers up a bundle of like she actually pulls off her like removes her like the cloth that she had that like comes up and covers her mouth and that. Like she pulls that off and she additionally like kind of adds that onto like the patch over the wound to like that like additionally seal it basically. That's the best thing I've got for that. Dice,
Okay.
don't fuck me now, Dice. You know what? You hear me? Thank you. So that's
So that's 3 successes?
3 successes.
Okay, so then let's see. So Rob, you're how many above the ob?
6, 3 of the other.
And Ollie?
Only one, which I'm
Okay.
annoyed about because frankly,
I steal your
Oh,
luck.
do I drop my fort tax as well?
Yeah, you can all recover. Yeah, you can drop your tax and superficial wounds because by the time you get back to town,
So my attack.
they'll be fine, I guess.
So I made the health test.
I'm
oh
on
sweet, I've got a wound dice now. I can do all
I'm
sorts.
on 3 wound dice.
Oh, I'm so excited. The 3 wound dice is brilliant. No, you go down to 2.
Okay,
because
yeah.
you succeeded
So
your
so
test.
you've succeeded the test, so you go
Right.
down to a light instead of a midi now.
So you got
Right,
2
I'm
light wounds.
still on 2. Okay.
And let's figure out how long it takes to recover to do that. So, yeah, first dice is recovered as soon as a successful medical test is.
How long's the longest one, right? And
It's
then no, we need to know the difference because then it's because you can't practice while you're recovering, can you?
You can, but like not crazy shit.
Okay.
It's like within.
Well,
that
let's
amount
work
of
it all
days.
out properly.
Yeah. Second dice is recovered when the rune. Yeah. So it's 2 to 12 weeks. But I feel like it doesn't say this technically. It's like GM decides how long, but I think margin of success should matter. So, yeah. So you're all down to a light wound, and then, what is it? 2 to 12. So, okay, let's do it this way. Let's roll 2d6 and add them together for the amount of time, and then your marginal successes reduces that each of those by a week.
Okay.
That sound fair?
2d10 you want? 2d6 rather.
So.
Oh, whoops! I did that wrong, but it's fine.
9 weeks. Like, what? This is dumb. Can I use my call on here, please?
No, you've already
No,
used.
so the marginal successes is the thing that.
I don't like this hack. This is a badly balanced hack.
Well, it means you're gonna average. I mean, it says 2 to 12, so that's obviously 2d6, right?
Yep.
So
No,
it's
it's
an
not.
average of 6.
Ollie, don't complain.
I'm complaining.
Take
Okay, so
your
I'm down to 2 weeks. I'm happy.
Viper's at
Yeah.
5 weeks.
What is this?
another -1 die for.
Clearly think of worse mini wound.
I mean, I did say you got hit in the back, so you know.
There we are.
I am.
And then
Once we get
-1 die for where are you at, Rob?
I'm not gonna write this down.
5, and then -3, so 2 weeks.
2 weeks. One
I mean,
ball, 2
basically,
weeks.
it only really matters for like practice time because we're for
Yeah.
Given-
might as well keep a record of it.
Yeah.
You know, it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So you're at 9 -1, so 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're at 10 -1, so
Oh,
9
right.
weeks. Yeah.
see. When's the next trait vote? Because I
End of the arc,
definitely want the
so,
trait
like,
scarred.
I guess after the trial, like we're coming up on the end of this arc now. I
Yeah.
think.
I want the trait scarred. Just putting that out there.
I mean, yeah.
Emotionally or physically or both.
physically. I mean, there's probably some underlying trauma, but like, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll open next session on you guys getting,
Yeah.
excuse me, back into town.
Yeah. Oh god, it's gonna be like Panther being carried around by like 14 women, isn't it?
Don't imply he's
While
gonna
you
get
guys
a
were
harem.
gone, Panther saved the town from a meteor, and
No, he doesn't need to actually do anything. He just needs to be nice to them and like considerate of their stuff, and then glow occasionally, and they'll be like, "Wow, we've found a new god. We're really dumb."
He just needs to speak the language and not be ever so slightly racist like we were.
See, I wasn't ever so slightly racist. They were just straight up racist.
admittance
first
is
card.
the first step.
Look, Viper is an imperialist.
Yeah.
Colonization first. She's not good.
I feel like you're
Yeah.
when earlier you said like, oh yeah, Viper's really she's really polite to like most people. The
She
most
is.
people is like the people you've met so far in your life, and then now you're meeting all of the actual most people, which is like non-realm born, non-noble, like
Normal people.
normal
But
people.
I obviously
and-
exaggerate.
Rich
Not like,
fantasy China elitists.
yeah,
she literally has a belief about that. So yeah.
yeah. So
But I do want to mention though that I wanna show a reason why I was kind of excited for if I got my arm cut off, because I do want to show off a cool image. And
Okay.
here's what Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Scott,
Ollie, don't just
I'm
don't.
running a parade. I can't be bothered to pick my mouse up and look at this image.
Well, you know what? For those that can, I kind of wanted to give.
Post it in Steam in the chat, like if anyone wants to be able to read it, because not that chat.
Not too bad.
Anyway.
But yeah, I wanted a
The person
cool.
with a robot arm.
Yeah, like a cool automobile arm, like Lanfan from Alchemist Brotherhood, because those are cool.
Fair enough. Well, I
Okay,
mean,
I
you
just
can
wanna be
always just
bad.
amputate it yourself if you really that.
Viper
You're
gets
really
him,
that
she's
dedicated.
She's like,
You know what?
Kill
The
robot
time
arm.
has come. The time has come for transhumanism.
You know what I think? The time has come for Arthur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I can.
So I changed another of my beliefs during the session because I felt really committed to it at
All right.
the time. Oh, am I volunteering to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's-
seems
let's-
like it.
So belief 1: may everything I do exalt my name and Alat's.
What? What's the silence for?
I don't know. I was kind of expecting a follow up.
Yeah, I was sitting here
No,
thinking.
no,
what is
it's a
this
guiding light
silence?
belief. Did I successfully?
No,
Did you?
no. That wasn't
No.
mentioned.
Okay, cool.
Was are you thinking of a specific moment that everyone else has forgot, Ollie?
I mean, like in terms of doing glorious things, I have done the glorious things this session. All I need to do next is boast about them.
I mean, I don't think that Alak came up at all.
No, but it's
Well,
my
it's
name.
him. It's
Yeah.
his name
Well,
story more than anything.
Yeah, but I don't like.
Alas is a side thought at this point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think like I've done anything to exalt his name.
Listen, of the people who've severely injured, anathemas, I am 100% of those people.
Yeah, but you haven't like there's more to just exalting your name than like kicking someone's ass in a forest without
God's
like
watching me.
God doesn't fucking count.
No, like
No, it doesn't count. You
I
can't
think
just
in-
say God's watching.
In a belief about gods, I think you kind of can actually.
I don't think you
I think
can.
if you had like charged in and be like, if you'd cried something like "Allah is my witness,"
Yeah.
I can't keep doing that forever. It becomes a weird, dumb. Like I'm already being mocked for it by Viper. I can't keep. I can't do that every time.
Yes, this is
well,
what
then
you
you're
should
clearly
do.
not that faithful, are you?
That's
No.
what you do when Viper is hesitating on the floor and she can't mock you.
Look, Ollie, this is how you eventually get the zealot belief, and we all know how powerful the zealot
Yep.
belief is.
Yeah.
That shit gets you deeds.
So if anything, you're not committing hard enough to the role of.
I think there was a missed opportunity for that
Yeah.
belief.
I want
okay.
you all to worship a bull.
So number 2.
Number 2, Tain has betrayed us. We will capture him, find out who he is, what he is, and then kill him.
You tried.
I tried.
Yep. We did.
And belief 3, man, you just were unconscious at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I had a cool conversation, but like,
I mean, we've definitely set the grounds for that to be a conversation. I think.
and it's also given me my belief for next week. Well, it's given me 2 beliefs for next week. I might even drop my belief 1 temporarily, and replace it because I have 2 things that I need to record as like I want to do them in order that I can just push the action in the Arcan direction.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you spoke with Eel about this. Yeah, you spoke to Eel about your third belief, right?
Oh
and
yeah.
Eel has something similar, right?
Yes.
You were like Arkansas. Yeah, like there wasn't any roles involved, but it was like probably the only bit of role playing that you both got to do this session. So I'd say
I feel
you can
bad.
both.
Hey, we got to chop a guy to bits.
Well, as in like in character voice role playing.
Yeah.
You know?
Apart from that bit at the
so-
beginning, which was like, I don't know, I felt like we just zoned into that like dynamic so quickly, despite the fact we'd been out for so long.
All right, yeah. So I think fate for number 3 as well.
Cool. Instincts. no one had the opportunity to insult us because we were punching them too hard.
Mm.
I did not successfully kill anyone, and so I can't loot anyone. Although I could have looted Viper while she was asleep.
Let me and you
Loot your
wait when I wake up and I'll move your damn arms.
Monks
then-
have a vow of poverty, so I need to check very carefully that Eel's not got any money on her.
Yes.
It would be bad for her if she
Um,
accidentally picked them up.
Have,
So
have you seen my resources stat recently?
let's check all those pockets. And Instinct 3 is going to be done soon.
By the way, don't check my pockets. I have my
we're
house keys
close.
in there.
Traits. I'm not easily exploited this session.
Mm.
You were
Interesting.
the opposite, actually.
I think. I don't think I took any for traits.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Possibly uncouth. Like,
Related to just like not really reading the situation and going for him.
yeah, like especially since like,
Yeah.
you and Tane have had some really enjoyable conversation. Like Arkan has said it himself. He's enjoyed his conversations with Tane.
Yeah.
But the second that like some bad shit has happened, you've turned around and been like, I'm gonna attack you.
I like that you attacked Tane for stabbing a person you don't even like.
Yeah.
I think what Arkan feels about Viper is quite interesting to me.
What does he feel?
It's that friendly antagonism.
Does he want to?
I think he looks down on Viper in a lot of ways. But I think he has a degree of loyalty towards her, right? Like, it's not like they've been through a lot together, but she's like they've clearly had each other's back where it's counted, like several times. And she's got skills that he doesn't.
That's true.
I mean, that's obvious, isn't it? But no, yeah.
All right, Viper.
None of my beliefs actually really worked out this session. The realm stands above all else. Kind of came into play, but it didn't enough.
Impact.
I think in a similar way to Arkan not bringing up
Yeah.
his one. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, you could have been like, I'm a member of the Wild Hunt. You need to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
and that would have
None,
been.
none of
like-
us are getting our guiding lights this session.
Belief to Arkan lied to us. He went behind Dunn's back, blah, blah. That didn't come up either.
Yeah.
Because you were unconscious.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Teen is extremely suspicious.
I mean-
I apprehend him. I tried.
Fate, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
fate for Belief 3.
Oh,
On the topic of Belief 2, like I realized.
It doesn't really have an action.
No. I realized like because there was a scene where when after the fight, Arkan and Eel were talking, and you'd already passed out at that point.
Yeah.
But technically, if
We
you were
could've-
passing out at that point, then Eel should have passed out as well because you were both at that point. Where
I feel
Yeah,
like it made sense in that, like,
Yeah.
it made sense in that Viper got injured first. So if we're going by like we're imagining how long you have to,
Yeah,
you
if
can
it's
stay-
like a rough time, yeah.
we could also have just done it as like, oh no, we're all gonna stay awake for a bit and chat because we want to have this scene.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
But it made
I
sense.
would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
But it was only after you two had started talking and we'd already said that Viper had passed out that I realized, oh, actually, Eel should be passed out as well.
It doesn't.
But
It doesn't
I'm not
matter
gonna
all that
be a
much.
dick. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter all that much. It's like whatever.
Yeah. Well, it matters a bit because you're very artist starved at the moment.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
We're
My
all-
issue is I just like spending Artha.
I've been saving it till today.
Keep
And
my-
I spent it all on hurting a bird.
I mean, let us not forget. I spent literally 6 fate on a roll that failed last session, and
Yeah.
I managed to get over half of that back.
The
That's how you spend it.
I love this new stunts mechanic because it's such a great way to like get rid of are to bloat.
Um,
You starve yourselves.
it's actually so good that like like no, okay. Other games you have way fewer traits. So this game, like, there's probably a trait that you have most sessions that you can call it for.
Yeah.
And also we've had struggles like earning persona quite often because like
Yeah.
the things that we want to do are like what we want to catch a guy, and the guy is like, well, I've got like 1,000,000 in all of my stats, and I've got secret advantages that you don't even know about, and I can make the world turn upside down, and I can fly away. Yeah, which is bullshit.
Listen, I have to build like antagonists that can stand up against 3 dragon bloods. Okay.
It's true. It's fair. It's just that like there's certain obstacles that are much easier because they don't involve trying to kill an anathema.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've killed all of the non-anathemas and now have run out of other things to do.
Okay.
We can't earn persona by trying to send a letter and ending up breaking the mailman's fingers.
Yep.
I don't know why you're looking at me like
are
that.
almost more humble than the goals of the dragon bloods. All right. So I think you will be getting some fate back on. Let's see.
No.
So Viper, did you take 1 fate for your Tane belief?
Yes.
Have you already marked that?
Yes.
Okay. So I think
I don't need any more. I can live.
Your two of your instincts basically simultaneously got you into trouble today.
Yeah.
Or actually, like, so you didn't yield to Tane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was kind of a bad idea.
Like, and it got you all in trouble. So I think at least 1 fate, but kind of all 3 of your instincts played into that one scene at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether you should get fate for each of them. What do we think?
I think fate for each of them.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. What other answer?
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I was
agree with
asking.
that.
That's why I was
agree with
asking
that.
other people.
No, I agree with that. Like
Um,
in the context of like, I mean, I was definitely supporting Viper making horrible decisions.
Fuck me up.
Viper wasn't yielding. She had her swords out,
Yeah.
and
I
she
don't-
saw that she was fucked as soon as she started to attack him.
I don't think the noticing the weak points was
Noticing
the thing that got her into trouble.
no,
It was the ignoring the weak points.
So does she have another trait that is to do with ignoring weak?
She noticed the situation that she was in.
Yeah.
And didn't run away.
I feel like it's
I
heroic.
think that's the not yield.
That's heroic, right?
That's
as well.
heroism.
So then there's 2 for the instincts and
I think 2 for the instincts, not 3.
1 for heroic.
Yeah. Two for instincts, 1 for heroic. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So that's bringing me to 4 fate.
I really screwed myself this session in terms of like metagaming because like I really should have seen in advance that me arguing in favor of you doing something with the observation roll that you'd kind of intended to just like leave having met him and then be like, well,
I see you're leaving. All right, bye.
Yeah, like,
I don't, like your natural instincts of self-preservation had kicked in, and I was like, I screwed up in a metagaming sense because I really should have just let you do that.
like, because I thought to myself, like,
it really fucked us all up.
I think Viper was just more interested in like.
Yeah.
She like, to her, she kind of gets the idea that Tane is more than he lets on, but she's like not interested enough to the point where like she's gonna like completely be like, well, you're gonna tell me now, bitch. And I don't know, I also succumb to peer pressure. Because I honestly should have like remembered that out of game this man can see in the dark, and if I fight him, I am fucked.
No, everyone forgot.
Yeah, that was just like a collective god moment. It's fine. I'll live. I mean, it's only a mid. It's fine. It's fine.
You'll live. Yeah.
Fun session.
Yeah.
Wait.
Me first.
Yeah, we need to do Rob.
I thought we'd done Rob.
Nope.
No.
Um, I don't suppose I can mold breaker belief 1 for leaving even more unresolved issues behind me. No is the answer. No, I didn't do belief 1 yet. I did a little.
You get fate because we tried and failed.
What now?
You get fate, right? Because we tried and failed on Kamid. And
But I didn't roll anything.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think it's fair because I didn't roll anything. Belief 2, yeah, we had the conversation. Fate.
Yeah, so fate for that.
Belief 3, yeah, no, didn't get that. I talked about it a bit, but I didn't use it.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, again, I didn't roll anything related to it. I just talked about it.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. You like technically you led the roll on that bloody verses, but the thing that you said you did sort of in game at the moment was
No, that's because we I think if we'd worked out what we wanted to do more mechanically, because
yeah, I don't know.
Because I kind of called you out on this, Rob. Like you were doing the like D&D. Oh, I walk backwards. Like, what does that mean? Like, I walk to the back behind everyone so I don't get targeted. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything, right? Like, you're standing in front of Viper to stop her being targeted. What that doesn't. Yeah, so that wasn't a good action to be doing.
Yeah,
right?
what I meant was like I'm interposing myself so that if he is attacked, I can intercede.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making yourself the target instead of Viper. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, not even that. It's just sort of like if you try to swing an axe at her, you're going to have to swing the axe through me, and I'm going to actively try and block you.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, I didn't really use that. Instinct 1 didn't come into it. Instinct 2, no. Instinct 3, no.
Well, okay, hang on. I mean, we didn't really mention it at the time because like there was a lot of kerfuffle. But do you think that if like if you'd all been there at the same time before Tane started fighting Viper in the first place? I mean, I know this is hypothetical, but like, what do you think Eel would have done? Would she have still like spoken up, or like would she have stepped
yeah,
in?
it definitely would have been a negotiation rather than a combat.
Yeah. I mean, there's no fate there. I was just like sort of curious.
Yeah, it would definitely have been a negotiation instead of a combat. It was the fact that we walked into a combat.
Yeah.
For my traits, I definitely tried to play to wasted potential.
I was gonna say, yeah, wasted potential. Like between just like repeatedly failing to like bring in an anathema, plus like a little bit of your conversation afterwards, like
when I was like with Arcan, like, oh yeah, don't do that. You'll kind of regret it and stuff. Whereas like I could have been there, slapped that shit out of his hand, and been like, no, motherfucker, you don't touch that. But no.
But also just like in terms of the events that have transpired, like you're the leader on this mission.
Yep.
And you're the leader of this cadre at least.
Yep.
And like you've now let the same anathema slip between your fingers twice, and a new one at least once.
Yep.
Like this isn't gonna look good on your yearly report.
That's if I get that far.
Yeah.
So if we all get that far,
definitely wasted potential.
Yeah.
I did not do democratic. I kind of want to angle for Pliant a little bit as well, because I ceded to Arcan on the whole, like, this is what we're going to do next sort of thing.
In what regard, sorry?
You're gonna really
I
like
may
my
have missed
plan,
that.
by the way. It's a good plan.
Hmm?
It's a good plan. You're gonna like it.
Oh no, I'm sure I will. It was just it was the in-character moment of being like, Arcan was like, I know what we must do, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll follow your plan.
I feel like if that's you saying I'm agreeing with your plan no matter what it is, that's cool. But like, if we have
No,
moments,
I mean, it's I will listen to your plan, but in character, it was just the sort of the, like, you had a decisive moment, and I just sort of went, oh,
yeah. So
okay.
I think if it's not a commitment, then I don't think it's worth a fate. Because if it like, I
Okay.
think stuff that's decisions or that's like commitments is worth more than stuff that's
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
So
I'm just
for being pliant, right? You want to.
yeah, I want to commit to stuff. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm
It was
doing
definitely
the thing where you fish for fate.
Alternatively, you could take the fate now,
Yeah.
and then like just take whatever Arkan says lying down next, and be like, "I've already agreed to this."
No, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll like actually play that scene now, I think.
Okay. Because I think you'll disagree with me, right? And Scott will hate
Me or Eel?
Wait, Eel will disagree.
Okay.
Scott will hate this plan.
Tell me your plan.
Is it the same plan that I have, which is wait until they're in a duel and then stab him in the back?
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, it's worse than that. I can't wait.
It's wait until he walks out the front door of the court. Like, no matter what happens, walks out the front door of the court, takes an arrow in the head, and then Arcan rides away.
Are you gonna like not come back, or are you just gonna?
Arcan's going to ride away, and everyone else is hopefully going to also ride away because we're going to leave at that point.
Then
right?
just like cowboy music starts playing.
If we kill a man in broad daylight, who the town has just declared to be innocent, we're all leaving.
I'm just imagining those news conference on the steps in front of the courtroom where he's like addressing the crowd. He just gets an arrow in the neck, and then you just see the three of us just go whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah.
on horses.
Oh
Wait,
my
who
God.
spears the ink?
Okay. Last step. Humor. I feel like there probably wasn't much comedy today.
No,
I found it
it's
really
kinda
funny when
serious.
Viper got stabbed.
I also found it really funny. I'm not gonna lie. I shouldn't. I felt so bad for finding this scenario funny, but I was like, I'm so out of my fucking depth. I can't help but laugh.
Yep, doesn't count.
I think if you had killed Masato with the bow, Arkan,
That would have been really
right
funny.
to the right time.
Wait, was that possible? Was he? What was his?
If you'd rolled a 6 on your die of fate, it probably would have killed
10?
him. Oh, maybe not then.
No,
But it would have been like severe, and then you'd be in a much different position.
it would have been a really different position.
Yeah.
I could have spent the deeds there as well. Like, this is what I mean
thought
by
you were
like.
gonna. I thought you
Yeah.
hesitated for a moment. I was like, "Oh, is he gonna spend the deeds?"
No, I was thinking about. I was honestly never thinking about it because like I
Right.
don't have like I feel like it fits more to be like I have been holding back and I feel bad about that right now.
I mean, you already said that a little bit, like
Yeah,
afterwards with Eel. Yeah.
I've it out of character. I've been saving stuff up for
Yeah.
what purpose? Who knows?
Out of character, you want to be able to blow everything on one roll at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in
I
character,
can't wait
this
for
means I'm-
Arkham to make that roll to summon
get-
a lot.
I make a roll and they get no successes and just like walk away from my computer and let you continue the session on your own.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking
Sometimes you
forward
win
to-
some, sometimes you lose.
I'm
some.
looking forward to running a game again. It's going to be therapeutic.
You're gonna get your revenge on me.
No, I'm just gonna not have to you just like stuff happens and you just smile. And you're like, it's fine. I have millions more NPCs.
I'll
Okay.
get you next time, He-Man.
I think that's it then.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you for playing. It's been a very strange
you for
but fun
GMing.
session.
It was a good session.
Yeah, we did not control the pacing at all, but it
We
worked.
didn't, but yeah.
I liked the part where we made 3 consecutive rolls not to bleed to death.
I
And-
liked the part where we almost had a TPK and then just simultaneously decided not to have a TPK. It's like
Oh, I feel like it's fair because like he
yeah.
like
It's a zero-sum game, you know. It's like if
Yeah.
he goes for the killing blow, then
he's
of course
also
you're-
dead.
Yeah. There was a moment. There was definitely a moment in that fight scene where you all realized you could have killed them.
Yeah.
But
There's
if
like-
you had gone for it, you would have left yourself open and died as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
let's end the screen.
Praise a lot, and see you next week.
Praise the Unconquered Sun. Don't do anything else.
He doesn't need it. He's busy playing math.
Yeah, but like, no, he's not playing math. He's playing
Good
like,
night.
he's playing cocaine chess.
Bye.